All right, so we can praise, esteem, and honor the Abba and Shamayim in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach this day. Let's pick this up in John chapter 5, verse 39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. That you will not come to me that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that you have not the love of Elohim in you. I come in my Abba's name, you receive me not. Another shall come in his own name, him you will receive. How can you believe which receive honor one from another, and not the honor that comes from Elohim only? Do not think that I will accuse you to Abba. There is one that accused you, even Moses, in whom you trust. Had you believed Moses, you would have believed me, for he wrote of me. But if you believe not his writings, how should you believe my words? All esteem and praise the Abba and Shamayim in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Shalom, Jay. Shalom, Yahuwah Baruch Quran, man. Ecclesiastes 12 and 9.
Saying, moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge.
Get the heading. Pause for the beverage threw you off. I'll allow it. Moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Yeah, he gave good heed and sought out and set in order many proverbs. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words and written upright words of truth. The words of the wise are as goads and as nails fastened by the master of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. What's happening, Zo? Peace, Yasha, man. God bless, Brother Smoke. Shalom, man. Shalom, Brother Robert. So, we're talking about the nails fastened. Let me go ahead and get that, because this is another thing that I want to discuss that came to my mind that we should go further into that we hit on last night, which we're going to do. But before we do that, Isaiah chapter 22, tell me what verse 19 says. Madeline, what you staring at? Shalom, Tavon, what's happening, man? Madeline.
And I will drive you from your station, and from your state shall he pull you down.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass in that day that I will call my servant Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, and I will clothe him with your robe and strengthen him with your girdle, and I will commit your government into his hand.
Pause. He gonna clothe him with his what?
His girdle.
Well, tell him what a girdle is. You be wearing girdles?
Girdle is that's a girdle, a sash, a waistband.
It's a waistband, so it's not a girdle like in these times. It's a belt.
And a robe is ketanah, tunic or undergarment.
You know what I'm saying? Would be what a belt would look. Well, maybe not a belt, but you get the gist. Continue.
Saying, I'll clothe him with your robe and strengthen him with your girdle. I'll commit your government into his hand. He shall be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to the house of Yehuda. And the key of the house of David will I lay upon his shoulder.
I'm going to lay it on his shoulder.
So he shall open and none shall shut.
And he shall shut
and none shall open. And I will fasten him a nail in a sure place. He shall be for a glorious throne to his father's
Peace,
house.
brother, on my man.
And they shall hang upon him all the esteem of his father's house, the offspring and the issue.
They hang upon him all the what?
All the esteem of his father's
house. Offspring and the who?
And the issue.
Pause. Shalom, 10K. Hit Isaiah 53 and 10. Boy, you out here licking people, boy. You out here licking people, boy.
So yet it pleased Yahuwah to bruise him, he hath put to grief.
It's Mordecai reloaded.
When you shall make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see seed. He shall prolong days.
He shall see what?
He shall see seed.
See, a lot of people talk about the shalom, brother Mama, man. He ain't got no seed.
He shall prolong days, and the pleasure of Yahuwah shall prosper in his hand.
But check it. Luke 8 and 10 on the house.
And he said, unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the Malkuf of Elohim, but to others in parables, that seeing they might not see, and hearing they might not understand. Now the parable is this.
The seed
is the word of Elohim.
No, I just want to pause. He said the what?
The seed is the word of Elohim. No. So the parable is this.
The parable is what?
It's this.
Now go back to Ecclesiastes 12 and 9 and just tell them what Mashal is or Proverbs is one more time.
That is a proverb or a parable. Proverbial saying.
A proverbial saying. A similitude. Now let's go to Proverbs 1 and 1.
Say the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Yasharal, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment.
Hold on, to receive the what?
Instruction of wisdom.
To receive the discipline of wisdom, the correction of wisdom.
Justice and judgment and equity. To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion.
Hold on, he gives subtlety to the who?
To the simple.
Subtlety. Shalom. Hello, amen, Brother Craig. Listen, tell them what simple is, man, because a lot of people simple Simons. You know some simple Simons?
That's pathie, simplicity, naivete.
You know what it means to be naive?
Or foolish or open-minded.
Open-minded. Shalom, Sister Regina. You keep your mind open? That was wrong with you niggas now. You got your mind open. When you're naive, that means you lack experience, wisdom, or judgment. You know what I'm saying? Or information. You're very unsophisticated, but more than anything, you lack experience. Hebrews 5 and 10. Well, what is experience in this instance? You know, in Hebrew, experience is yada, to know, by experience. The Hebrews 5 and 10, it's 12 that we want, but 10 is fine.
It's a call of Elohim, a high priest after the order of Melchizedek, of whom we have many things to say and hearts to be uttered, seeing you are dull of hearing. For the time you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of Elohim, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
Need of what?
Have need of milk and not of strong meat.
What else?
For everyone that use milk, unskillful in the word of righteousness.
What?
Unskillful.
What else?
In the word of righteousness, for he is a babe.
He's a what?
He's a babe.
What else?
A strong meat belongs to them that are full age. Those who by reason of use have their senses exercised.
By reason of what?
Of use.
Have their by reason of what?
Use.
Go ahead by reason of use and tell them what that means in the Greek. Joanne, hush your mouth.
Use is hexus, a habit, whether of body or mind. Power acquired by custom, practice, or use.
That means habit or by practice or custom. That means, well, you ain't keeping the word. That's what that means, man. Go ahead.
Have their senses exercised to
tell them what senses and exercise. You like to exercise? You don't look like it.
Don't look like it.
Shoulders ain't broad. You got to keep a runner's body.
That's gunazo, to exercise. To exercise vigorously in any way, either the body or the mind. To train, exercise. You
train your mind? You exercise your mind?
Well, the Greeks is freaky. First definition is to exercise naked.
Oh, I mean, that's what the Greeks did. The first Olympics were done butt naked. One thing about the Greeks, they admired the male body. You know what I'm talking about? So watch out now. Look at them pecs. These boys ain't saying, look at them glutes. You see the quadriceps? You know what I'm saying? All jokes aside, that's what they was on, though. Yeah, they did everything. And they wasn't just women. They did everything naked when it came to athletics. That's why if you look at, well, case in point, just because I mentioned this last night, though, and you may know who this is, you may not. But, well, I mentioned that already. Like the goddess Nike, she was naked. All she had was a little cloth.
That's why a lot of these statues was
naked.
That's why she got the victory.
That's why she got the victory. Running fast. Butt booty. Say, catch me if you can. Clothes weigh, shalom, because the clothes weighing me down. So I need to let that thing breathe. That what the people was on, though. Go ahead, though. Read the verse again from the top. Dwayne Jamal.
But strong meat belongs to them
Charlie Brown.
that are of full age, those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
If you ain't been using the word, you can't know good and evil. You understand? Where you was at before that?
Proverbs 1.
Go back there, right? So read the verse you stopped then. You got to call it out, man.
Verse 4.
Proverbs 1 and 4.
Says to give subtlety to the simple.
So wisdom gives subtlety to those who are inexperienced. Peace, each man. That's why he say you got to get. That's why he said Proverbs 4 and 1, and then back to Proverbs 1 and 1. Dwayne Jamal.
Say, hear you children, the instruction of a father.
Hear the discipline of a father.
And attend to no understanding.
and attend to no understanding.
For I give you good doctrine, forsake you not my law.
Don't abandon my law.
For I was my father's son, tender and only in the sight of my mother. He taught me also and said unto me, let your heart retain my word.
Let your heart retain my word.
Keep my commandments and live.
Pause. Now go back to Proverbs 1 and 4.
To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion.
To give the young man knowledge and what?
Discretion.
Tell them what discretion is, man. A lot of boys ain't discreet. Say their athletes would compete naked to show their physical power and muscular physique to Zeus. Yeah, that's what they call it, but they were showing it to Enrique over there. I don't know no Greek names.
Mesamon.
Giannis. He don't count. That nigga Nigerian.
Purpose, discretion, device, and plot.
You know what I'm saying? Say that again for me. I'm sorry.
That's mesamon. Your purpose.
Okay, your purpose, plots, and plans. You know what I'm saying? Come on with it, man.
The wise will hear and will increase learning.
But dummies don't listen.
And a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
A lot of dummies don't want no wise men.
So to understand a proverb and the interpretation.
Oh, to understand a what?
A proverb.
And it's in
interpretation.
Tell them what interpretation is for 2000. That boy say no friction.
That's Melissa. That's a satire, a mocking poem, a mocking song, a taunting figure, or an enigma, an interpretation.
An enigma. You know what an enigma is? You know what an enigma is, don't you, Doris? You don't know what an enigma is? You're supposed to be educated. Man, I thought you was a smart person. Not today.
Is it like an epiphany or something like that?
Oh no, that's two different things.
I was thinking about the scene from the movie.
Mm.
No. Is it like
enigma is a riddle?
I want to see if I got it. It's like it's about a person character.
No, I just told you it's a riddle.
So what?
It's a riddle.
Riddler. A riddle.
It's a riddle.
I was thinking why Martin said that on Bad Boy 2.
Like I said, it's a mystery. Yeah, it's a mystery.
He said that about Mike later.
Yeah,
you know, seen him. Okay.
Yeah, he said he's a mystery.
Oh,
hard
that's
to figure out.
Okay, that makes sense. Got it.
You know, that's what they say women like. They like mysterious men.
Okay. I thought he was saying
mysterious and dangerous. You know, stay safe and stay dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That what you like, Doris? Nah, you don't like dangerous men. Civic don't live on the wild side. She said you live on the wild side. What do he do? You calling stuff wild. That junk ain't wild. He probably like, he's supposed to be going 40, but he be going 44 and a half.
You don't know what happened after Shabbat, man.
Whoa. That's probably all her. You know them niggas was talking about a dominatrix in the room and the nigga didn't know what that was? That's the sad part. We had to explain to a grown man. Man, that nigga, man, he wasn't nowhere in the ballpark.
Yeah, I'm about to say the average nigga.
I mean, I just thought that was obvious.
That ain't nothing obvious, man.
Niggas can't even spell that.
Yeah,
nah, but that ain't my
man, that nigga ain't humble. Man, shoot. That nigga tried to make it some whole other junk. Nigga like, boy, you talking about you a dominatrix. Nigga say what? Nigga say, whoa.
Nigga think that's an Xbox game.
The Xbox game.
Definitely sound like one. That's what I said. I ain't gonna. That's some dominatrix.
Yeah. An Xbox game. Yeah, if you got a dominatrix, boy, you into some other stuff.
Some people need it.
All jokes aside, though, people who usually in a dominatrix are usually wealthy white men. I'm not even being funny. That's usually who into that type of stuff. These are people who want to be humiliated. And they pay someone to humiliate them. Oh, it goes beyond that. No, they literally like want to be humiliated. Same way I just was reading a story about some young lady who went to Dubai and she done caught some bacterial disease because she ate excrement. Because some of the women go over there and You know, these dudes defecate on them and they have them do other stuff for pay. That's why I don't know why anybody be looking at any of them women on Instagram and be looking at, look, this woman is doing ungodly things for that bread. How many of y'all would eat boo-boo for $250,000? Because I wouldn't care how much. I ain't eating no boo-boo. You can keep that money. You know what I'm talking about? Them women go over there to get urinated on, defecated on. Because unfortunately, people with that kind of money have a proclivity to some weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? From what I've been able to ascertain, fetishes. Yeah. Now, some of them, it could be rituals, but I'd put it probably 50-50. Shoot, could be more on the fetish side, because from what these people talking about, it's just a bunch of rich dudes who want bad chicks, and I think they get off on humiliating women. So come over here and let me defecate on you. You know what I'm saying? And I'll give you, because they got it. You know what I'm saying? So they feel like that too, but that's past whores. Because you got whores, they'll do a whole bunch of stuff, but they're not doing that. Yeah, they're not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about in the ancient sense of the word. So I feel like that's why they choose them like that. Like you're just poor. Like this is what y'all do. Y'all been doing this together.
Yes. Woo! Yes, sir. Different type of life, man. Come on. Yes, Sister Regina. It's some people out here live different. That's why one thing, matter of fact, since I said that, Psalms 37:4. This part of the reason why the Lord tell you not to do that. Shalom, Mom Step. Say, some people will do anything for the price is right. Shoot, a lot of these dudes out here done have sex with men for the right price. I ain't saying that to be funny. And I'm talking about some of these dudes would do a lot of things for a lot of things. How many of y'all seen that reel when that dude was like, what son, before he even got out what you had to do for the $1 million, dude was like, I'm sucking.
Oh yeah.
I was like, bro, you ain't even let the man finish.
I mean, since Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm going to the extreme. I want that million. But let me speak my piece.
I just said Shaquille O'Neal.
Cuz ain't even get the sentence done. Cuz say I'm sucking.
That boy been waiting. These opportunities here.
That lets you know that he's probably done something similar for less. Now I say that and it sounds funny as I'm saying it, but in the reality of the situation is that people are willing to. Most people don't even have to get offered that much money. You know what I'm saying? Man, some of these niggas will sell themselves out for an opportunity to be in a commercial, much less a TV show or a movie. It's real easy to say a lot of things, boy. Ain't nobody looking. Some of these people do some weird stuff, boy. And you around here looking at them like, why not me? Shoot, thank God it ain't you. Make it verse 1, man. Psalms 37:1. This part of the reason why. No, he tell you don't envy the wicked. That's what we're going to read. Listen what it tell you.
Say, fret not yourselves because of evildoers.
Fret not yourself because of evildoers.
Neither be you envious against the workers of iniquity.
Don't be envious.
For they shall soon be cut down like
they
the
going
grass,
to hell.
and wither as the green herb.
Straight up.
Trust in Yahuwah and do good. So shall you dwell in the land, and truly you shall be fed. Delight yourself also in Yahuwah. He shall give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way unto Yahuwah. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. He shall bring forth your righteousness as the light.
That's right.
And your judgment as the noonday.
That's good right there, man. You got to be. Shalom, Mother Strong. Listen. That's all you got to remember. Because at the end of the day, man, when you're dealing with the internet, television, all that stuff is a facsimile of reality. You know what I'm talking about? Most of these people are not who they say they are. And they done a lot of things to get in those businesses that they in. You know, there was a lot of accusations about what her name is. Kamala Harris and how she got in her position. Whether she had sex with all these people, I don't know. I wasn't there. You know what I'm talking about? But that's what they say about that lady. And I guarantee you, if that allegation was true, they had that woman do more than do some hunching. I bet you that because it's nasty. Shalom, Sister Kelly. It's nasty, perverted people who know they have leverage, so they'll take it that far because they know that most people are willing to do anything for opportunity at some fame and some money. That's how these people believe, man. That's how they believe, man. And you just can't negate that because you saying you wouldn't do it. It don't matter what you wouldn't do. You know why people who got that money think you'll do it? Because there's too many people who willing to do it. And this is how Satan seeks to operate through these people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because people be on some other type of time. Matter of fact, since I said it, Luke chapter 4 and verse 1. Jamal, that's outside your purview.
And Yahushua, being full of the Ruach HaKodesh, he turned from Jordan and was led by the Ruach into the wilderness.
What happened?
Being 40 days tempted of the devil, and in those days he did eat nothing. And when they were ended,
He did what?
He did eat nothing.
Now looking at this here, right? Because remember, wisdom gives what? Cunning to the simple. Wisdom, you know what I'm talking about? Things of this nature. You would have to look at this here. If he's been a hunger for 40 days and 40 nights, what type of state is he in? Nobody knows, Jamal. He's weak. Now, you take this into a multitude of other situations in life. See, Satan only going to pop up when you weak. You notice he couldn't do nothing to Job while he was strong. He popped up with the other stuff when he weak. And this is when, again, when we were talking about, shalom, Brother Ernest, this is when you get tested. You know what I'm talking about? On what you're going to be willing to do. Because some people sell their soul right on out. Dwayne Jamal. Exactly. Shalom, Eric, man. So this is when he gonna come. And at this particular instance, this one is gonna go, it's gonna get shown what's in your heart. Because there's a lot of people say what they wouldn't do till they down bad. You know what I'm talking about? Then when they down bad, niggas be willing to do a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So being 40 days tempted of the devil, and in those days he did eat nothing, and when they were ended, he was afterward hungry. And the devil said unto him, You be the son of Elohim, command this stone that it be made bread. Yahushua answered him, saying, It is written, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of Elohim.
Come on.
And the devil, taking him up into a high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said unto him, All this power will I give you.
All this what?
This power will I give you.
What
In
happened?
the esteem of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will give, I give it.
He tried to test a man with a little bit of power, a little bit of money. You know what I'm talking about? Test his faith. It was something else that came to my mind. I forgot what it was. Keep on.
It say, If you therefore will worship me, all shall be yours. Yahushua answered and said unto him, Get behind me, Hashatan, for it is written, You shall worship the Lord your Elohim.
Paul, go ahead. Matthew 16 and 20. We might need to go to about 22. But tell me what 20 is. Matter of fact, don't even do that. Give me 16 and 16. It'll work. It's in the same thing. See, hold on. See, all this is dealing with what wisdom will do for you. But he also has the understanding of why he needs to move in this fashion. Now, of course, what we just read with him tempting him with these things, Yahushua already had the wisdom to use the word to resist him, but the understanding to know that those things were his already. So you can't give me something that's already mine. What it was is, you don't have it right now. I can give it to you right now. See, that's that Esau type of deal. Forsake your birthright for temporary satisfaction. A lot of people's problem is you want temporary satisfaction. Temporary satisfaction gonna have you burning in hell. Go ahead.
And Simon Peter answered and said,
That's right, TK.
You are the Hamashiach, the son of the living Elohim. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, Ruth are you, Simon Barjona, for flesh and blood have not revealed it unto you, but my Abba, which is Shamayim. And I say also unto you,
and 19. Matthew. Come on.
that you are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my assembly, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto you the keys of the Malkuth of Shamayim. And whatsoever you shall bind on earth shall be bound in Shamayim.
Come on.
And whatsoever you shall loose on earth shall be loosed in Shamayim.
Come on.
Then charged he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was Yahushua the HaMashiach.
What happened after that?
From that time forth began Yahushua to show unto his disciples how that he must go into Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders.
What happened after that?
And chief priests and scribes, and be killed and be raised again the third day.
What happened after that?
Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, Be it far from you, Lord, this shall not be unto you. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get you behind me, Hashatan, you are an offense unto me. For you savor not the things that be of Elohim.
You saving not the things that be of who?
Of Elohim.
But of?
That be of men.
That's what Satan was coming at him with. See, Yahushua desired the things that be of Elohim and not of man. That's what you read in Proverbs 4, in Proverbs 1. Go ahead.
And then said Yahushua to his disciples, if any will come after me, let him deny himself.
Let him what?
Let him deny himself and take up his stake and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall
lose it.
Whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Find it.
For what is a man profited?
What is a man what?
Profited.
What is a man what?
Profited.
If he
shall gain the whole world
and
lose his own soul.
See, that's why a lot of people gonna lose their soul, because when stuff don't move how you want it to move, you know who you gonna be like? If you can't wait for something, it's a story that speaks explicitly to this. And who is it?
You repeat the question again, brother?
Man, say, what profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? So in this instance, some people be like this here, man, you want this here, you can't wait, and you go ahead and make a move because you couldn't wait. Oh, no, it's not the rich man. Yes, Saul. Remember Samuel told him, wait, X amount of days. Then you'll get this right here. What Saul did? Went ahead, did it anyway. Oh, I didn't know if you were coming or not. You know how many people got caught up because stuff don't move how you want to move? I'm going to go make it happen. Now you're going to hell.
That was some sacrifice on the altar, right?
Yeah, he told him, wait.
Is that when you try to blame it on the people?
He blamed it on the people every time. So shoot, you have to pick one out.
But that was the one he told him to wait to sacrifice the offering.
No, I wouldn't even, but Saul, you had to pick one out. Which one?
He
He did blame the people.
He blamed it all the time.
He was scared.
Like I said, people ain't even did nothing. They did it. Who did it?
He chose me.
They say Jimmy did it.
I ain't gonna lie,
I
it was been like,
I ain't got time.
That is true though.
That boy say,
I was told.
I ain't never wanted this.
I ain't want it anyway. You know,
Definitely how he felt.
Hey, that's
That's
too
how
much-
he acted too.
too much on my shoulders.
Like, that's all this.
I ain't asked for all this. I just wanted a little bit of dip. Just a little chip of dip. Dips on my chip. But yeah, man. Same thing happened. Look here, man. One thing is stuff don't move at the rate you want it to go. Remember how we were talking about, boy, Abraham waited 25 years, man. Some people ain't waiting 25 minutes. They ain't waiting 25 minutes. I'm going to make this happen. You know where you get that from? Because that's what they tell you. You got people who watch things happen to make things happen. But dealing with the Lord, you better watch it. You better watch it happen. Let him do his work. Stand still.
He said, I'm gonna go before you.
Yeah, I'm going before you to lead the way. You want to go run and lead the way? The hell you gonna stay? What Sarah was wrong with Ishmael? Oh yeah, she got rebuked by that. Matter of fact, come on, I'll show it to you. Come over here to Jimmy. I just was looking at it this month. Not for that cause. Now we did talk about that last night. Yahuwah didn't rebuke her for that. She was more so got in her feelings and was feeling sorry for herself. Yeah, when she gave Hagar. Now more she was sitting around feeling sorry for herself. Hold on. Dwayne Jamal. Why you doing all these things, son? She did, and you have to look at that. And we didn't talk about this before. The aspect of women then and women now is totally different. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I gotta find out. I just was looking at this too. Dwayne Jamal, you're doing a lot of things that you usually don't do. Why are you doing that, Jamal?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm black. That's right.
Man, I just looked at that where he said something to her. It might have been the 21. Hold on. Oh, my bad. No, that was something else. That was something else. That was with Amalek. My bad. So when it came to that, when Yahuwah didn't chastise her about that, only because that's just a common custom. I said, man, this time period now with women who don't want to be married or don't want to get a husband kids, the women weren't like that. You know what I'm saying? Now you talking about before a temple, meaning before the nation of Israel. If you had women who didn't want to get married after the nation of Israel, they dedicated their entire life to serving Yahuwah. That means ain't nobody never rubbed them yams. You know what I'm talking about? Ever. And if somebody did rub them yams, he died. You know what I'm talking about? And 9 times out of 10, she didn't have any children. So the thought process of women in ancient antiquity war, their number one desire was to give a son to their husband. And if they didn't give a son to their husband, then they genuinely believed that as a woman that they had failed their husband. You know what I'm talking about? It's just a different thought process. So also because Yahuwah didn't rebuke, chastise, or allow it, that was to show forth something later as forth as the difference. Well, that is the custom of ancient antiquity. I'm just talking about her giving her handmaid to her husband if she couldn't have children. That's the custom of antiquity. And pretty much every ancient society or culture, that if the wife wasn't able to have children, if she had handmaids, she would give a handmaid to her husband, and that child would be the wife's child. It would be as the same way with the the brother raising up a seed to his brother. That was just ancient custom. That's how these people lived. That's how they operated. So, and that was for the purpose of this man's name don't get blotted out, and it be as if, because Jacob's wives' handmaids did it, because Rachel wasn't able to conceive. That's why she was giving her handmaids to Jacob for wives. You know what I'm saying? To have children, because that's the custom. That's how these people live. They didn't live like us. You know what I'm saying? The promise with Isaac is something totally separate. But as forth as the custom, the way that they live, we can't sit back playing Monday morning quarterback and looking at, well, this person shouldn't have done this person shouldn't have done that, this person shouldn't have done this, when they didn't live or think like how we live or think, and you don't have the benefit of somebody reading about the choice and decision you make, because you forgetting that's still a natural born person. That is a person that is still subject to like passions and desires. That's a person subject to insecurities, doubts, and all these things like anybody else. This is why Paul wrote that you should not look at people above that which is written. Sarah ain't no better than any one of y'all. At the end of the day, yeah, like a surrogate for the best part is pretty much what it is. You know what I'm talking about? Only difference is in this time, you putting your eggs in this woman's womb and she carrying. You know what I'm talking about? In reality, that baby ain't none of that woman's. In reality, that baby ain't none of that man who raised up a seed to his brother. But in that society, everyone would say, that's your dead brother's daddy. You know what I'm saying? Your dead brother, that's his son. You know what I'm saying? They would look at that baby that woman had and say, that's Sarah's son. Because that's just how they operate. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. It's different. Yeah. And then the brother has to wife his brother's wife. You know what I'm saying? Now, if your wife gives her handmaid to you, you're supposed to take care of her too, which is you seeing that Jacob took care. Well, Jacob was already taking care of them handmaids. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at Jacob didn't have to have sex with them handmaids. He could have said no, but that wasn't the custom. You know what I'm saying? That just wasn't the custom. That's not how they operate. You know what I'm saying? It's not some junk like, no, woman, I shall not lay with your handmaid. All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? And I know that sounds odd to us because we don't live like that, but that's how them people live. So it's the same token when Sarah gave Abraham Hagar, it's not going to be on the tip or he going to turn her down. Because then that is seen as dishonorable and disrespect for him to do that. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just talking about from a cultural perspective, not your personal perspective, not what you think it should be. That's how those people lived at that time of antiquity. If a man had a wife and she had a handmaid, it's the same thing happened with Samuel's mama. You know what I'm saying? With Hannah. The same type of deal. She didn't have children. She felt terrible. He had a wife who had kids, but he loved the wife that didn't have kids more than the one who did. He said, am I not better than you than 10 sons? But in her mind, it wasn't about him. It was about, I haven't given you a son. You know what I'm saying? And she wanted to give him a son bad enough that she was willing to give that son to Yahuwah. We've talked about this in the past. It's just you understanding the perspective of the time period. You could not take Western modern day culture and thought process and put that on the ancient Near East because they didn't live like that. They didn't think like that. They didn't move like that. Now, how these dudes be talking about polygyny 24/7? Them men didn't do that. They didn't have to do that. If they wanted 3-4 wives, it would be known that they wanted 3-4 wives. And honestly, the women at that time would have went along with it simply because that's how they lived, so it wouldn't have been a fight. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to agree with it. Just telling you what it was. If you live in a society where it doesn't say every dude got more than one wife, but obviously this is done. The women aren't going to have an issue with it because it's the culture of the society that they live in. So they're just going to go along with it. Oh, you all right, Mom Steph? See, not the black twister. She said she told that man to hand over his black card. That boy eat black licorice, man. She said them black twizzlers like black Air Force Ones. I wouldn't know. But you understand what I'm saying? That's what, because I remember we talked about this the other day, because Yahuwah did not rebuke Sarah for doing that. When Sarah said, hey, your son not going to inherit mine, he just told Abraham, hey, man, he even said, don't even feel, he didn't even rebuke Abraham for feeling sad about the boy. See, some people think he was feeling sad about the boy because he didn't believe Yahuwah would give him Isaac. Abraham never doubted that. That's still his son. What type of nigga have a son that don't give a damn about it? You know what I'm saying? You can't look at it from the biases of what you think it is. What that nigga told him, never mind who you thought I was, right? Give him Genesis 21. We can look at it, right? 21:1.
And Yahuwah visited Sarah as he had said, and Yahuwah did unto Sarah as he had
Paul,
spoken.
hold on. Omar say probably like they would look at us strange for dating, because absolutely they would. Because nobody dated. Nobody taking nobody out to no dinner. Nobody's doing any of that in antiquity. Somebody in antiquity would see how people mate off now, and they would say, you people are weird. And more than likely, most of our ancestors would probably walk up and punch you in the face and ask you, what are you doing? Are you an idiot or are you dumb? You know what I'm saying? I just seen another clip of that fake doctor lady talking about men are hunters. No, we're not. Do you even know what it means to hunt? Like, as a woman, you should stop saying men are hunters. Because you know what hunters go after? What do hunters go after, Doris? Do you know? No, I'm being serious. No, hunters go after the weakest prey, the easiest kill. When you say you prey, you're a victim. You're weak. So when you say a man is a hunter, you saying you're a victim. Victimize me. Kill me. Like, no, and then on top of that, most men weren't hunters. Most men were farmers. Farmers and shepherds. You know what I'm saying? Most people kept cattle or they planted crops. They were agricultural. Most people, man, that's that white people stuff. They walk around here with clubs and arrows, hunting lions and eating them. The rest of the world wasn't doing that. The people had enough time to drop seeds in the ground, grow some food and eat it. You know what I'm talking about? They wasn't around here hunting and killing. They were growing and showing. Yes, it is an odd philosophy. You know what I'm talking about? It's mainly because they want somebody to chase them. Indeed, or something that can't defend themselves. But let's look at that word, pray. You like to pray? I'm finna say something. You don't know that song. Sometimes you pray. You got to pray just to make it today. You know that? You know that song, Lee? Don't nobody know that song? Oh, you niggas suck. Niggas don't know MC Hammer, man. My God, today. Yeah, man, prey is to catch and kill for food, to take advantage and exploit, to cause constant distress to. So I guess you want somebody to catch and kill you for food and take advantage of you and cause you constant distress. You want to be pillaged. You want to be pillaged and plundered. Think about that next time you're talking about a man is a hunter, because hunters go after prey. So that means you want constant distress, you want to be caught and killed, and you want to be taken advantage of. Your life toxic. That ain't no way to live. That's what they say though. Men are hunters. I wonder what you ain't ever learned that on National Geographic. You learned that on National Geographic. I ain't learned that on National Geographic. You watch National Geographic, don't you? You watch it? You watch that? He say he watching. They be on that hunt. Because you got to ask yourself, if you out there hunting, what they hunting? They hunting bobcat? These niggas eating hyenas? Because what animal? You wouldn't have to hunt cows. You ain't got to hunt no sheep.
Some rabbits.
You ain't even got to hunt no rabbits. You can just catch them. You ain't even got to hunt them. They run them. Yeah, you niggas hunting raccoons. I'm trying to think of what else. What's some stuff people eat, man? You might hunt. You know, people hunt deers. You know what I'm saying? You hunt deers. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta. If you ate swine, you ain't have to hunt no swine. They farm them nasty niggas. Do people eat raccoon in the South all day, every day? You ain't got to hunt them. You just catch them. Yeah, they eat raccoons and possums. Yeah. She said on National Geographic, the female is typically the hunter, while the male protects the home. Oh, don't tell them women that, because that's true. Because the lioness is the one go catch the food, ain't it? No, it's a lot of other animals. The female is the hunter. You know what I'm saying? I guess the women don't want to hear that, so you're supposed to hunt me, baby. Pursue me. Catch me down and exploit me. Take advantage of me. You looking crazy. Yeah, it don't sound good, do it? But you want me to do that.
As long as you got the means to do it.
As long as you got the means to do it. Dominate me, huh? Good, my God, today. The world we live in. No, it was that fake doctor lady. You know who I'm talking about? Who's a lesbian, always got her titties out, but she ain't no doctor for real. Yeah, that's the one who was on there with Cam and Nick Cannon. Yeah. They said she ain't no real doctor. Ain't nobody got no credentials for this woman. Yeah, that's some weird stuff, man. Some weird stuff. Come on, Sam.
He said Yahuwah visited Sarah as he had said, and Yahuwah did unto Sarah as he had spoken.
Sarah conceived
and bare Abraham a son in his old age at the set time of which Elohim had spoken to him.
Abraham called the name of the son
that was born unto him, whom Sarah had bare to him Isaac.
Abraham circumcised.
The son Isaac being 8
years old. She has been known to be a lesbian, Nisha. She has been known to be a lesbian. Yeah, you know, she used to be on Love and Hip Hop Miami. That's all you need to know. One of them Love, I don't know which one. I know she was on one. They got clips of once the whole winter talking trash. Oh no, they niggas did exposés on this whole. It's mainly because the same way niggas did Dr. Umar, like let me see if you a doctor for real. You know, some people say they can't find his credentials. You know, somebody who has a doctorate, that's not hard to find. Yeah, because once you say what university you went to,
he seemed like he was studying, man. Like,
well, you know what I'm saying? Because they said she went to University of Phoenix. Ain't nobody got no doctorate from the University of Phoenix. Because before she was a life coach. See, but people like to put that doctor in front of her, make it seem more prestigious. Yeah, but they had her out here. She showed clips of on Love and Hip Hop squabbling. They say, "Oh, you're a doctor, huh?" With the squabbles.
That's still part of the script, man.
That's still part of the script. Oh, God, today. Come on, man. Sad world. People, anybody can get on here and say they anything. Hell, these dudes get on here and say they apostles and prophets and preachers and teachers, high priests, chief priests.
There you go.
You know what I'm talking about? They ain't got no credentials.
Bro, saying that man, they got no credentials.
No, I'm talking about this woman around here say she a man.
No credentials.
Say my name used to be Shannon. Now you can call me Charlie.
What are you credentials?
Look at all these YouTube niggas who be grifting. From shooting, they say Kevin Samuel was lying every day of his life. It's a lot of clips. If you go through them, boy, you catch him in a lot of lies. I heard this man say he graduated with a degree in engineering in Oklahoma. You will find another clip say, "Oh, I didn't finish because I had cancer." Which one is it, Kevin?
Is your name Kevin?
It's your name, Kevin. They couldn't even find his real birthday. And I ain't saying I'm just. It's a lot of people that call him in a. Hey man, sound like you're fibbing. You know what I'm saying? All them boys get caught up because they be lying.
Everybody like a good lot of work too.
Yeah, man.
They be lying.
Speak smooth to me. I like your words when they smooth as oil. Smoother than butter.
Definitely.
Grease me. Come on.
That's right. One nigga got a lot of followers, probably capping.
What? Yeah, I think she's actually acknowledged that at one point in time she was down with a little, going to McDonald's and getting her a double fur burger. Go ahead.
Say, and Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him. And Sarah said, Elohim had made me to laugh. All that hair will laugh with me.
Pause. All that here that'll do what?
Will laugh with me.
Y'all remember what that go to? Elohim made me to laugh. All that here will laugh with me. Tell them what laugh means, just in case they forgot. It's a passage, though. Jeremiah James Bird. I don't need you coloring. I need you listening. Color on your own time. This is my time. When you in my core, I own your behind.
That's a cocaine. That's laughter or laughing stock.
Y'all remember what this go to?
I think
You coloring in my beloved core?
in Job 29, he said they wait on me and I laugh on him or something like that.
He did say that. But that ain't what we want. But he did say that. Come on, I'll help y'all out. Come on around here to songs. Which one song, man? Jeremiah James Bird. You not paying attention in my beloved core? Look like you upset that you can't color in my beloved core. So you not coloring in my beloved core.
I said I'm not upset.
I don't like the tone of your voice, son. I think you might need to give me some push-ups, boy. Yeah.
Sit back, bro. It's not for you.
Go right, son. Let me see where it's at. And that's pissing me off. Psalms 126. There it is. Give me verse 1. Hold on. What I want you to do is read Sarah's definition for Isaac's name one more time for me. Call the verse. Genesis 21
That's verse 5.
and 5.
Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him.
Go ahead. Keep on going.
His name is Yitzchak. That's he laughs.
No, I'm talking about read the.
Oh, Sarah said, Elohim had made me to laugh, so all that hair will laugh with me.
All that what?
That hair will laugh with
So
me.
everyone who will hear of Isaac is going to do what?
Laugh with me.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I allow it, soldier. I allow it. Now, Psalms 126 and 1.
When Yahuwah turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream.
We were then like them that what?
That dream.
What else?
Then was our mouth filled with laughter.
Our mouth was filled with what?
With laughter.
With what?
With laughter.
Go ahead.
And our tongue was singing.
They said among the heathen,
Yahuwah have done great things for them.
Yahuwah
Have done great things for us. We are glad.
turn again
Our captivity, O Yahuwah,
as streams.
in the south,
They that sow in tears,
shall reap in joy.
those that sow in tears,
Shall reap in joy.
he that go forth and weep,
Bearing precious seed,
shall doubtless.
come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves.
Tell them what sheaves is.
a luma, a sheath, as something bound, or of Yasharal returning from exile.
So when you see how he talking about laughter's in her mouth, and all will laugh with him because you return. Because what is Isaac? He's the what? The promised seed. When the promised seed come, you're gonna laugh with him. All that hears of him gonna laugh with him. Why will you laugh with him? Because of the turning of captivity. Tell him what captivity means here. You're doing too much. Go back to your father.
The Shabuth, captivity, captives, a former state of prosperity.
A former state of prosperity. Right now, you would call yourself being pretty desolate now, wouldn't you? Let's go back to Genesis 21. Now, like I say, right, with Hagar and Ishmael and Isaac, there has to be a juxtaposition. The juxtaposition of the children of the flesh and the children of the promise. This is part of the reason why you don't see a rebuking. Why you also, because remember, we read about that in Galatians 4, about you had one who was the child of the bondwoman and one who was the child of the free woman, as a forth as an analogy or allegory between the two covenants. All of these things did not happen for accident or for no reason. You know what I'm talking about? Some things you have to sit back and look at is for a bigger plan, to show you a bigger purpose, to give you a greater understanding. Let's go back to Genesis 20 and the understanding into the will of Yahuwah. Now, you think when she given Hagar to Abraham that she know that this was going to happen? You think that when she say, hey, that bondwoman son won't inherit it with mine, you think she know what's going to happen? You think she know that this is for a bigger purpose and an overarching story? Why, remember, right? We talk about this plenty of times. In John 8, what does he say? He that commits sin is the what? Servant. And the servant do not what? But the son do what? So there's a difference. Isaac abided in the house, but the son of the servant, did he get to stay there? No, he's representative of sin. Not that Ishmael is sin, not that Abraham having the child with Hagar is sin, but he's representative of the bondwoman. He's representative of the bondage that comes from the law. You see, I'm finna segue back to what we were discussing last night in Proverbs 20, 10 and 12, because it came to my mind before I got here. To add a few things on top of that. You did? Mm-hmm. Come on with it. Oh, I'm sorry, nephew.
Saint Sarah said, Elohim have made me to laugh. All their hair will laugh with me. And she said, who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah should have given children suck? For I have born a son in his old age.
Born a son in his what?
Old age.
Come on.
And the child grew and was weaned. And Abraham made a great feast.
Great feast.
That Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar the Egyptian, which she had born unto Abraham, mocking.
Mocking? Hold on. Tell him what mocking means.
Didn't you use the point verse 8 of Pentecost?
Yeah, that's what it is. This is representative of Pentecost, the one where Melchizedek is Passover, and the one where Jacob said, let me get my wives, is Tabernacles.
That's to laugh, to mock, to play.
He mocking this man. What do the sinners do to the righteous? They mock them. What do they do to the Lord? If you be the son of God, come down from off that tree. They'll have you in derision. Go see your pops, man. What's your dad? Go ahead.
Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son.
Cast out this bondwoman and her son.
For the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, with Isaac. And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son. And Elohim said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in your sight because of the lad, and because of your bondwoman. And all that Sarah hath said unto you, hearken unto her voice. For in Isaac shall your seed be called.
See, notice, right? Clearly, you have to understand how Yahuwah operate. He said the Pharisees decided Christ when he told them he can't worship. Indeed, they did. Definitely did. They definitely said they had him in derision. Remember, you have to look at this from a cultural standpoint, which is why you don't see Yahuwah coming off the top row. That was the cultural norm for a wife to give her bondwoman to her husband, for her to lay with them. Now, it's not something that necessarily the master of the house would force himself on that bondwoman. You know what I'm talking about? But if his wife said you can have her, then he would have took her. Because I know a lot of people like to paint certain pictures of antiquity, like these men were beating these women up and doing all this type of stuff. Maybe wicked niggas were, but righteous men were not. And just because they had bondwomen in the house don't mean that they were just randomly swinging around penis. Did wicked niggas do it? Probably so. You have to realize something. You have wicked and righteous people in every generation. You know what I'm talking about? Now, of course, we live in a generation now where these men are just horny all the time. But I ain't gonna lie to you, them men was horny back then too. Because for you to be horny enough to be beating on people's door, talking about sending men out the door, you know what I'm talking about? And that lets you know what was going on. And that ain't just happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. That happened in Judah also. Nigga beating on, I'm sorry, in Ephraim. You know what I'm talking about? Them men beating on the door, send that man out here. He look good to me. Tell him swing my way. That's what these people was on. You know what I'm talking about? You can't take nothing when it said in Jeremiah that all these men was at they neighing at their neighbor's wife. Or when he said in Amos that these men were going into the same maid. That means, come on, man, you had whole brothels back then, man. You had whole temple. You had male temple prostitutes. For you to think that these people just started getting freaky in the 21st century, you lied to yourself. People been freaky. People like to give you this old fantasy world like everybody been living pure and upright. Man, you lying to yourself. They was freaky in the antiquity. They was freaky in the first century. They was freaky in the Middle Ages. They was freaky in the Dark Ages. They was freaky in the frontier stage. They was freaky in the 20s. Well, it's not even a seed via unbelief because it don't say that Sarah doubted. She doubted when she first heard it, and it's understandable. You got to remember, she don't know Yahuwah. Abraham did. She didn't. No, that's not showing you the difference between the flesh and the spirit. That's what Ishmael and what his name is, Isaac is showing you about. Remember, we read it. Read it, Galatians 4. Read it, man. We didn't talk about that. 4:21.
Say, tell me, you that desire to be under the law. Do you
Tell you that desire to be under the what?
Under the law.
Under the who?
The law.
What else?
Do you not hear the law?
You do not hear the law?
For it is written that Abraham had two sons.
Two sons.
The one by a bondmaid
And the one by
a free woman.
what happened?
But he of the bondwoman was born after the flesh.
After the who?
After the flesh.
See, that's what these two sons is supposed to be pointing you to. One was born after the who?
After the flesh.
And the other one was born after the what?
Was by promise.
By the faith of the word. So you know what these two people are really, Ishmael and Isaac is pointing to those who are going to be born of the word, those who are going to be born again, those who are going to be born of God, and those who want to be justified by the law. And you are the flesh and not of God, and you're going to go to hell. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's past that. It's just not about unbelief. You say that, how would you explain it? You have to go past the surface. You know what I'm talking about? You have to go past that. Because you could say that. How does that explain that to me? Because to sit back and look at it, the covenant that was given in Sinai wasn't a covenant of unbelief. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a covenant of unbelief. That was a covenant that did not gender into everlasting life, or a covenant that wasn't of the promise as it pertains to the instructions is concerned. Go ahead. He's finna tell you.
They say which things are an allegory, for these are the two covenants.
Mm-hmm.
The one from Mount Sinai, which gendered a bondage, which is Hagar. For this Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answer to Jerusalem, which now is
the mother of us all,
and is in bondage with her children. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free.
And so that first covenant is showing you that it could never set you free. And what is the thing you're seeking to be set free from? Death. It could never do that. That's what Ishmael is representative of. He's a bondage. He's born of the bondwoman. When you under the law, you under the bondage, not the bondage to the instructions, but to the bondage of death. Because even if you kept it in its totality, you still gonna die.
So, I never really understood this point on the niggas that be on that, on salvation only for Israel. What do they believe salvation is outside of Israel?
They only believe salvation is getting delivered from captivity.
So they don't believe no concept of being saved before that.
They don't even discuss it. It's past what they like to call it. It's above their pay grade. They don't have the class. They don't have the class. Man, anytime you talk to them niggas, they shift the conversation away from that. They don't want to talk about deliverance from sin and death. Anytime I done had conversation with niggas about that, boy, them boys put the car in reverse and back up. Because the only thing they concerned with is we in captivity. We gonna get delivered back into captivity in the land. Them boys don't care nothing about no everlasting life. I think most of them think that's a Christian concept. They won't verbalize it, but they do though. Listen to the next thing he said.
He said, for it is written, rejoice, barren that bear not, break forth and cry, you that travail not, for the desolate have many more children than she which have a husband. Now we, brethren, as Isaac, are the children of promise.
See, what makes you a child of the promise? Now, you have to look at the difference, especially before Mashiach came. The law and the prophets was till John. You know what I'm talking about? That's why we were looking at him preaching to the spirits in prison. Them men did not have access to what you have access to. You know what I'm saying? That's why he went and gave them that word. Before you got this word above ground, he went below ground and gave it to them. Because remember, he said the land of the living hadn't heard of wisdom and understanding. Ain't it what it said? He said death and destruction have, though. So he went and dropped that on them. That's why I said we have to go past the surface. Got to go past that, because that was the will of Yahuwah for this child to be born. To say the juxtaposition of something later on so that you could understand a greater point. But these people don't know everything that these people doing. They don't know that they're walking out the mystery of God while they're doing it. They don't know that. You know what I'm saying? They're going about their business. Go ahead.
It says, but as then he that was born after the flesh persecuted him after the Ruach, even so now. Nevertheless, what saith the scripture? Cast out the bondwoman and her son, for the son of the bondwoman shall not be heir with the son of the
So those who have not been born again of the word, they're not going to inherit with you. No, indeed, but see, the point is that the promise was never going to be hindered because she had Ishmael, or that Ishmael was born. You know what I'm saying? No, that ain't even had to. You're overthinking it a tad. Listen what it said. Read it again.
Say, nevertheless, what saith the scriptures? Cast out the bondwoman and her son, for the son of the bondwoman shall not be heir with the son of the free woman. So then, brethren, we are not children of the bondwoman, but of the free.
And what else?
That's it.
Now go to Isaiah 65 and look at this point right here. You still coloring in my beloved core? You got a Marine haircut. I thought you was a Marine. What verse I want? 65 and 9, man. Matter of fact, 65 and 8.
Thus saith Yahuwah, as new wine is found in the cluster, and saith, destroy it not.
It's a blessing in it.
So will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all.
I will bring forth
a seed out of Jacob.
Bring forth a what?
A seed out of
Jacob.
Jacob.
Now I go back to that seed that we didn't talk about in them two other spots. Not seeds of many, but seeds of one. That seed being Hamashiach. Because this is the point that you get from this, right? When you look at the juxtaposition between Ishmael and Isaac, the same way that you guys see the juxtaposition between Cain and Abel, or the juxtaposition between what his name is, Seth. You know what I'm talking about? And you look at the children of Seth, the sons of God, had God with the daughters of men as a juxtaposition. You know what I'm talking about? Same way you see that with Jacob and Esau. That's a juxtaposition. You know what I'm talking about? Who else you could look at? Same way you look at juxtaposition between the children of Israel and the people of Egypt. There's always a juxtaposition for you to contrast on. You know what I'm saying? Those who, because everybody who was of Yasharal, everybody of Yasharal is would be technically of the promise if they come from Isaac, would they not? But yet in reality, they're not all of God. You know what I'm talking about? Because they were not of the word, yet they still are the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to show you the power of being born of the word versus being born of natural seed, which is what he tell you in Peter. You can't be born of corruptible seed, but of incorruptible seed. You know what I'm talking about? That's and we'll read the promises that he gave to Hagar and how that worked as forth as when she got cast out. Come on.
He said, I'll bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Yehuda, an inheritor of my mountain, and my elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. The Sharon shall be a fold of flocks.
In the valley.
Of Achor, a place for the herds to lie down.
And for my people.
That have sought.
For my people.
That have sought.
So notice he said them herds to lay down. Because he said he wanted to have you a pastor that could bring you in and lead you out and cause you to rest. Go ahead.
But you, they that forsake Yahuwah, that forget my Kadash mountain, that prepare a table for that truth.
That furnish that.
The drink offering unto that number.
Therefore will I.
Number you to the sword. You shall all bow down to the slaughter.
Because when I called,
you did not answer.
When I spake,
you did not hear.
But did evil.
Before my eyes,
and you didn't choose.
Wherein I delighted.
Therefore thus saith Yahuwah Elohim.
Behold, my servants shall eat, but you shall be hungry.
Behold,
my servants shall drink, but you shall be thirsty.
Behold,
my servants shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed.
Behold,
my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart.
There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Go ahead.
It shall howl for vexation of ruach.
And you shall leave your name for
a curse unto my chosen.
For Yahuwah Elohim shall do what?
Shall slay you
and call his servants
by another name.
What y'all think that mean when he say he'll kill you and call his servants by another name? He talking about Jacob though. So how is he? What other name is he gonna call his servants by?
I think we say everyone of Israel is not Israel.
Oh no. He literally telling you, this is Israelites against Israelites. Those who have forsaken Yahuwah and persecuted those who did not. And he said, I'm going to take those same people and slay them and call my servants by another name. Let me show you something. Genesis 5:1. Maybe this will help you out. Hey, how you doing?
So this is the book of the generations of Adam, in the day that Elohim created man. In the likeness of Elohim made he him.
Indeed, Omar.
Male and female created he them.
And called their name
Adam.
Now, what does Ephesians 3 tell you? What it is about verse 19? Tell me what Ephesians 3 and 19 says. You still coloring in my beloved court?
He said, to know the love of a Mashiach, which passed knowledge, that you might be filled with all the fullness of Elohim. Now to him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that work in us, unto him esteem in the assembly by Hamashiach Yahushua throughout all the ages, world without end.
Back up about 15.
Yeah.
Of whom the whole family in Shamahim and earth is named.
The whole family in heaven and earth is named after Mashiach. You know what that means when somebody's called by your name, right? No, that's your wife. That's your wife. You know what I'm saying? When you call it, look here, right? And these days and times, it's you take your husband's last name. In those times, they didn't have last names or what you would call a surname. You know what I'm talking about? If they did have a surname, it means you had another name. Like it said, it would say Peter, whose surname was Cephas. You know what I'm talking about? But it wasn't you had no last name. If you was married, it would say that it would be Doris, wife of Civic. That's what it would mean to be called by your name. You know what I'm saying? Because when anybody know it, they would say that's Civic's wife. They would make the reference to say this is such and such, wife of such and such. You know what I'm talking about? That's the purpose of taking the last name. That's why you see some dudes get offended if they woman don't want to take their last name. You know what I'm saying? Or the hyphenation. Some men get offended by that. And I don't blame them because you're not in your father's house anymore. If you want that, you need to go over there. You can't have the benefit of both. Because I seen the lady say, I ain't taking no man's name. I say, baby, regardless of what you do, you always going to have a man's name. If you're talking about a last name, if it's not your father's name, it's your great-grandfather's name or your grandfather's name. You're not getting around that.
Even if you get your mama's last name,
It's still your granddaddy's last name. It's going to be some man's name somewhere. You're never going to get around that unless you just choose to be like Cher and just have one name. And if that's what you want to do, who cares? I've seen dudes say Ricky Williams did it. They took their wife's last name. You want to be called by the name of another man. That's disrespectful to your father. Them boys go legally get their last name changed and take their wife's last name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you called by another man's name. Revelation 3 and 12 to the answer to that question. That's right. Let all those who name the name of a Mashiach depart from iniquity. You know what I'm talking about? If you're gonna say that's your husband, then you would need to be a wife that is representative of your husband. You would need to know that everywhere you go and everything you do, you would have your husband at the forefront of your behavior, thoughts, words, and deeds. Because you don't represent you represent him. So when you bring shame, you ain't bringing just shame to yourself, you bringing shame to him. That's why Proverbs 12 say, a virtuous woman is a crown to her husband. Her that brings shame is like a rottenness to his bones. Which is why Yahuwah was so pissed off with Yasharal. Go ahead.
Him that overcome will I make a pillar in the temple of my Elohim. He shall go no more out. And I'll write upon him the name of my Elohim and the name of the city of my Elohim. New Jerusalem, which come down out of Shamaim.
And I will write upon him
my new name.
We don't know what that name is. Because he said, I'll call my servants by another name. Man, let me tell you something. When that man come back around here, you won't be called Yasharal no more. You know why? Genesis 32 and 28. The work that necessitated you being called Yasharal is not the work that's being done. Why would you need to be called that? So I actually know a man who married a woman and they put both their names together as a double barrel with her father's name and his. That's wild. But some dudes be on that because they marry a woman who that's important to her. And hey, that's something that hey, I don't give a damn. Shoot, I ain't got to be with her. I ain't finna do it. I don't know. I don't think Jeezy took her last.
She didn't want to take his.
No, I mean, and I would and from her point of view, she famous. I don't know. I think she was. Is Jenny Mai her last name?
I never know her first. She was
Shoot, if you want to call that submissive.
What about the niggas who be having like double hyphenated last?
No, I'm talking about from when I seen that woman. That was I already knew that woman wasn't gonna be a good wife once I seen her mama. Her mama's a ball buster. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, man. All that stuff when people be like Asian women more submissive, white women more submissive, I'd be like, boy, y'all ain't never been around them people. I'm gonna tell you something, boy. Asian women are ball busters. I'm talking about well past. Their Asian women are so aggressively disrespectful to a level that black women couldn't even fathom. You know what I'm saying about? And boy, them Asian women got them beat, boy. I'm talking about, man, I remember, man, that Cambodian girl, mama, she used to look their daughter in the face and say, don't mommy love you more than daddy? Just outright disrespect this man all the time. And he just sit over there like this here, cooling. Man, I'd have drop kicked that hoe. You know what I'm talking about? I'm like, you don't do that with your kids? Yeah, they bad, though. They bad, though. I seen some clips of Jenny, my mama, man, she ran they daddy away. You know what I'm talking about? Like, horrible woman. I'm talking about disrespectful. I'm talking about the type of disrespect that is not even on that stuff where you be on, like, what people be on with these conversations. Like, when you see that, you'll feel sorry for her daddy. Like, damn, that's what you got to deal with? Man, you'll shed a tear. You're disrespectful. They meddle. You know what I'm talking about? They want to move in with their children and then dictate what go on in the house of their married children. All type of stuff, man. When you deal with Asian people, boy, that junk here different. Niggas be watching pornos and some stuff and think that junk son. No, man, them Asian women is different, bro. No, because that's where they get that from, the thought process that Asian women are submissive. They ain't never been around them in real life to know. That's for sure. Man, you marry a Vietnamese woman, man, you marrying a whole family. You marrying a Cambodian woman, you marrying a whole family. Japanese women are a little different. Chinese people, it depends. You know what I'm talking about? But boy, them Vietnamese, them people from Laos, them people from Cambodia, all that type of stuff, them women are disrespectful. They ain't got no respect for no man. All them tricking niggas go overseas talking about pap, them niggas tricking. And these not Americanized Asian women who doing this, boy, they steeped in the culture. And they like, F the husband and all you niggas in here, we run this. And that Asian man go to work and make that rice. He don't make the bacon or the bread, he make them rice.
You ever see the videos of Asian shit, TikTok, Instagram, trying to shoot at the husband and all that?
I think I heard of it though.
They just got into it.
He said my neighbor's Asian and their parents moved in and now they running the church out the kids' basement.
Who said that?
That was very stupid.
Who said that?
He ain't lying though. Hey, he said I actually know a man who married a woman. I seen that one. Say he said he took her father's last name before his too. That's what confused me. He said, you know, Asian women are different breeds. He said all you got to do is go to a Chinese restaurant to see it. You ain't lying. Well, you niggas. The woman run the whole thing, buddy in the back frying, looking sad.
Looking sad. Looking sad. Standing at the back street, no smoking.
That nigga smoking all them cigarettes.
He's in the apron on.
Looking sad.
Hey,
she said, I never would have thought it. They very submissive. Yeah, they always tell you that. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. And it's not to say that some black women are not unruly, because some are. But the reality is they like to paint a stereotype that black women are the most unruly women on the planet. And if you've been around races of women from other places, you will find out that that is just not true. You know what I'm saying? If you were going to talk about anybody who would yield more to their husband out of any world populace, it might be Arab women. And that's about it. Because white women be busting these white men balls. You understand what I'm telling you? I'm talking about snatching them right out from under them. And them Asian women, something different. And Latino women is hit or miss. It's hit or miss. She might be, she might not be. But I just know that thought process because like I said, like brother just said, in the Western world, you know, you're going to have more liberal regardless of the race of woman. I'm talking about, but boy, you go overseas though, or you meet them people when they come from over here, them Asian women, man.
I think it's because of that nature.
Yeah, it's different. It's not like, man, and niggas don't get out, man. Niggas don't get out, man.
They culture.
Yeah, niggas, and when I say get out, meaning that one of the things that you would always like to do in life is to be around people of other races just to get somewhat of an idea of how people operate. Because most black people, you're not around white people for real. You know what I'm saying? You don't be around Filipino people or Vietnamese people. So you going by what you think they do from what people telling you who ain't really around them. But when you be around them, you be like, oh, I didn't think they did this. And they do a lot. You know what I'm talking about? All the time. I'm talking about, boy, them Asian women hit different, boy. They hit different, especially mainly Vietnamese and Cambodian women, boy. They want to run the whole play. Korean women, you might not get that. Filipino women, you might not get that. But yeah, they own that, man. Don't let these people tell you that y'all just the worst women in the whole world, because believe you me, they not. White men they complain about their women, but y'all not in spaces on YouTube to hear white men complain about their women. You know what I'm saying? If you go to a bar, if you go sit around white men, they'll tell you how much they hate their wife. That's why we here tonight. Yeah, they hate their wife. You hear more about white men killing their wife than you hear black men doing it. That man hate that woman. Man, I've been around a lot of white folks, man. I was shocked and amazed how much they hated their old ladies, man. I'm like, why you stay there?
That's why a lot of them go to the bars.
Yeah, always drunk. The thought process of sitting in the driveway for 30 minutes before you come in the house, that's a white man staple. He ain't even got no beer. He just sitting there. He don't want to go in the house. Clothes with the car running. Nigga like, boy, you gonna die. He don't care. He like, shoot, it'll be a blessing. In his mind, he thinks she gonna die and haunt him in death. So I can't get away from this house. Yeah, man, that joint hit different, man. It ain't what y'all think it is. They be stressed. See, I was doing landscaping with a white dude that said his wife literally does nothing. He cooks and cleans and takes care of all the kids. He said the Vietnamese women was raised without their daddy like you guys, going over there and tricking and getting them women pregnant. No. Say people are people. I don't think it matter what nationality they are. And that's a real deal thing, man. People are people. But unfortunately, Quran, in America, people have stereotypes of what they believe certain women certain races of women do. Like growing up, black people always told white women more submissive. Man, you gotta get you a white woman. Then you get you a white woman, you find out it ain't true. You know what I'm saying? No, then you find out it ain't true. It ain't true. It ain't true. Not like how you think it is. Like I say a submissive woman is just a submissive woman. It ain't because she white. Deidre just say ass basket. But yeah, that's her. She white. He say, come see me. I ain't coming to see this nigga. Yeah, man. I'm just telling y'all that because that's the stereotype that black women are the least submissive and most terrible, horrible women on the planet. And it's just not the case. It's hard-headed women in every race of women. I don't think no race of women is just inherently more submissive. It's more cultural. It's the culture you come from.
Do you think it's like that because it's profitable to exploit black culture?
No. It's Western. In Western society, I told you this before, you can't give people freedom and then expect that they're going to give it back. You can't give people certain power. It's a cultural thing. You know what I'm saying? When you go to societies that are more culturally sound, then you're going to have more people operate in their roles like that. You know what I'm talking about? But when you have things that are not culturally sound, when I'm talking about culture, I'm talking about the actual tenets of culture. You know what I'm saying? Law, structure, all that type of stuff. Because people tell you, get your African women buck too. You know what I'm saying? They buck too. It's not a race thing, it's a culture thing. So when you live in America, which is a free-for-all, the likelihood of any nationality of woman being this traditional woman that these dudes get on the internet and cry for is going to be very slim because you're not raised that way. Because you don't live in a society or a culture that promotes that. You know what I'm talking about? So there's absolutely no way. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? That's why the only women you'll see like that is maybe Arab women because their culture is still strict like that. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that,
Kind of seeing it off of how black women get the rap.
well, that's because of pussy niggas on the internet. Because before the internet, niggas might have said it, but wasn't nobody talking about y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gave these niggas a camera and a microphone. You know what I'm talking about? And these niggas went buck wild because you got a bunch of niggas who couldn't get no women. So they're talking about all women in this capacity. Then you got some niggas who do content and they're talking about a certain type of woman. Avoid this type of woman if you want this. But the majority of these dudes, they just running their mouth. To go get your passports. Go get my passport for what? Yeah, that's what it really means. It's all of some do. You got to avoid it. In general, most women ain't like that. But in regards to being in America, though, we don't live in a society or culture that's going to breed the type of woman that these dudes say they want. Because you're not raised that way. You have to be raised that way. That means you have to live in a society that promotes that. We don't live in a society that promotes that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of dudes have a hard time dealing with that because they not really that type of dude. See, most of these dudes felt like they was bummed. Well, not bummed. They was lame niggas, and then now they got some money. And now they feel like because they got some money, I want this type of woman, and my money will make her be like this. And they find out, man, that woman don't give a damn about that. If she not gonna listen, she not gonna listen. Then a lot of dude problem is you mess with the wrong type of woman. You know what I'm saying? If you know you want 1, 2, and 3, then why you getting 8, 9, and 10? And then complain about 8, 9, and 10 when 8, 9, and 10 wasn't what you wanted. You should have got 1, 2, and 3. Case in point, if you don't want a woman who loud, you know what I'm saying, and incorrigible in her speech, then you don't wife up a woman who's loud and incorrigible in her speech. If you don't want a woman who dressed like a harlot, then why you wiping up a chick who dressed like a harlot, then spend all your days trying to stop her from dressing like that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you need to cover up. Because you know the first thing a woman gonna say when you tell her to cover up? I dressed like this when you met me. But now you done wifed her, now you want her to cover up. Nah, bro, you know she came out there with cheeks and titties out every day, bro. You knew that. So why did you wife that? And you thought your love with her was gonna make her cover her titties up? She like having her titties out, bro. Don't wife that. That's what most people's problem is. You want a woman who's like this and this, but you don't wife that. You know why you don't wife that? Because the woman you want, the woman that you should wife, don't look like how you want her to look. You know what I'm saying? You want the bad chick, but you want her to be like this woman over here. But guess what? She ain't like that woman over there. So you should have went and got that woman over there and had a peaceful and happy life, you jackass. So now cry about this hoe you got over here, and none of us care. You know what I'm saying? And dudes don't want to hear that. He said, yeah, I would say, Arab. I was doing door to door, and the Arabic women made me wait at the door, grabbed the son, had him talk to me. Son had to be, and listen here, right? And I'm be honest with you, man. The way a woman is usually going to be about how her mama is. If your mama was a nice, sweet woman, then you probably going to be a nice, sweet woman. You know what I'm saying? If your mama was hospitable, you probably going to be hospitable. You know what I'm talking about? All these type of things, man. But niggas be looking for the wrong thing because they be thinking about it with their people. It's really just how the type of woman your mama is. If your mama was a loudmouth, you know what I'm saying, disrespectful, rude woman, you might say, oh, I don't want to be that. And be the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? So it just all depends. It's how you raise. You know what I'm saying? It's not something like black women have an inherent disrespectful gene. You know what I'm saying? That junk usually cause, case in point, because we talking about this the other day. You are from New York City. You know that being a young woman from New York City, that y'all usually have to lend more to the aggressive side, not because you inherently are aggressive or you desire to be aggressive, but your environment dictates that you have to have some manner of aggression, simply just because. You know what I'm talking about? But then most of y'all, when you're not in that environment and you strip all of that out of the way, y'all are extremely sensitive and like any other woman. But guess what? Walking around in Flatbush, Brooklyn, or walking around in Queensbridge, or walking around in Harlem, and you all nice and dainty, you might get beat up. Know what I'm talking about? Not because you provoked anybody or nothing. And now you got to be, what's up, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Now you got to do all this extra stuff. Not because you just super gangster. This is really a defense mechanism, so you will leave me alone. Because I don't want to have to stab you today. I don't want to fight today. I just wanted to go to the goddamn store and get a sandwich and a beverage.
Yeah, but that's similar to the South too, but it's on the nicer side.
Nicer side. Yeah, that's all. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when niggas who from up y'all way, they be like, I don't want New York women. They too aggressive because they got to deal with you every day. You want something different. But they know why, because them niggas got to be aggressive. Everybody be. You nigga beat the horn at a nigga when the light red. Nigga, I can't even go nowhere. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody in a hurry. What is you in a hurry for? You niggas rude. You probably came down here for the first time like, damn, niggas speak to each other? Yeah. Niggas say hello, how you doing? What you mean, what's up? Don't say what? Yeah, what you mean, good morning?
My neighbors. Nigga like F you.
I think I told this before. When I first came down here,
Yeah.
me and my mom went to Publix, and there was an old lady that was walking really slow, and I went around her, cut around her, and I'm like, hey. And my mom was like, what's wrong with you? Like, you don't have to walk so fast.
You don't have to do that here. Oh, what's a BBL? A Brazilian butt lift, Mama Steph. That's when they take fat from other places of their body and shoot it in their butt so they can have a bigger butt. Yeah, you gotta do that. But like I said, it's a difference. Now, see, like she just said, see, down south is different. See, they'll tend to be dainty, but they really be nasty. Venomous type women, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm just mentioning that because it's environment. It's where you raised at. It's who you raised by. It's factors to it. He said when you get to know most women, they're not like that, especially here in Philly. Yeah, I already know it. Because you know what I'm saying? Because guess what? A gangster chick is a gangster chick no matter where you go. You know what I'm talking about? I don't care if it's in New York. I don't care if it's in Atlanta, Jacksonville, Miami, and I'm talking about Compton, Watts. I mean, a gangster chick, they're like, oh, she not being hard. Like, baby is a street chick. But when you're in a rough environment, that's what you got to do to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Come on, Sid.
Genesis 32 and 28.
Come on.
And he said, your name shall be called no more Jacob, but Yasharal, for as a prince have you power with Elohim and with men and have prevailed. And Jacob asked and said, tell me, I pray you.
He said, as a prince, you have what?
Power with Elohim
And have
with men.
prevailed. Now, if this man done came back and prevailed over his enemies, do you need to be called, say you got a prince with power with God and prevailed? There's no need for to call you that anymore. Now, remember, he came in the flesh. He was Yahuwah's salvation. Now, if he done grabbed everybody, that's a different action, is it not? That would call for a different name, if you would. You did? Where you was at before that?
Revelation 3.
That's good. Where you was at before that?
Ephesians. Then Genesis 5.
We good with all of that. We'll come back to Genesis 21. Oh, I think they call it Brazilian butt lifts because I think the Brazilians was the first ones to perform that cosmetic procedure. But don't quote me on that. Does anybody know about that? Is that accurate?
I know that's probably what they tend to go to get them done.
Yeah, that's what that or that. But yeah, Jenny Ma's last name, Monte, is Ma. She was born Jenny Kamatu Ma. Kamatu. Her previous husband's name was Freddie Hartels. So, but I know from a woman of celebrity status like that, they tend not to at least professionally use their husband's last name just because you know me as this. You know, messes up the brand. You know what I'm saying?
That's like Beyonce changed.
But not with Donna Deegan, though. She said, I'm Donna Hicken to Donna Deegan. Yeah, now Beyonce mama kept her husband. Now, some women, when they get divorced, they keep their husband's last name. Oh, no, she divorced him. Never took his name either.
Oh, I thought that was Tim Deegan.
Oh, you talking about Donna Deegan. I thought you were talking about Beyonce. Beyonce mama.
Oh, no.
Oh, she did? Oh, she hyphenated it. That's disrespect. Beyonce mama. Yeah, she hyphenated the man last name.
Beyonce did the same thing. I
Yeah.
don't know legally. I know they say no Carter.
Yeah. And if you take on Beyonce's in, at least professionally, nobody's gonna know who Beyonce Carter is. You know it's Beyonce, but you know, professionally, yeah. Legally, I don't know what it is. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Donna Deegan not with Tim Deegan?
I don't know. I think she
That's
is.
what I was asking.
Is she still with Tim Deegan? They still snorting coke together?
That boy look like he got a long snout, boy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, right? And you got people in the regular business world who the women won't take their husband's last name just because. I mean, if you put yourself in they shoes, you done spent 10, 15, 20 years in a particular industry. You know what I'm talking about? That's going to be important to you because that's what you're known by. But you need to know that when you think about marrying that kind of woman. You know what I'm saying? And if that bothers you, then why would you be with that woman? Yeah. Oh, she said some people die during the procedure. It's risky. Brazilian butt lift used to be a workout program to enhance the glutes. Now it refers to the surgery.
No, it was what you said. It was named after a Brazilian doctor.
Oh.
In 64.
Okay. Damn, 64? They be getting the diaper booty for 60 years?
They perfected it.
They perfected the diaper booty. Don't look like it.
Niggas getting them dollars. They getting that low budget surgery, man. Giving the butt lift a bad name.
Come on,
be quality service.
Genesis 21 and 12.
You gotta have already the right shit.
Verse 9.
Yeah, come on. 21 and 9.
It's saying, Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, which she had born unto Abraham mocking. Wherefore she said unto Abraham to cast out this bondwoman and her son. For the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
The thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son.
Elohim said,
And Abraham, let it not be grievous in your sight because of the lad.
because of the bondwoman.
And all that Sarah has said unto you, hearken unto her voice. For in Isaac shall your seed be called.
Also the son of the bondwoman.
Will I make a nation because he is your seed.
See, notice he say he your seed, but he ain't your only begotten son, though. No, ain't Jamal. Come on.
And Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave unto Hagar, putting on her shoulder.
Put it in there where?
on her shoulder.
Put it where?
On her shoulder.
See, who is Hagar representative of right now? Let's go.
And the child and sent her away. And she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba.
And the water was
spent in the bottle.
She cast her child
under one of the shrubs.
and she went
and sat down over against
a good way off.
As it were a bow shot.
She said, let me not see the death of the child.
She sat over against and lifted up her voice and wept. And Elohim heard the voice of the lad. And the Malachim of Elohim called to Hagar out of Shamayim.
What ail you, Hagar?
Fear not, for Elohim have heard the voice of the lad where he is. Arise, lift up the lad and hold him in your hand, for I will make him a great nation.
Elohim opened
her eyes.
She saw what?
A well of water.
She went
and filled the bottle with water and gave the lad drink.
You know what it show you? It show you that even those who were not of the promise have the opportunity to everlasting life. Hagar represented of the Lord with the bread and the water on her shoulder, carrying that flesh and that covenant on her shoulder, so that even those who were not of the promise can still live. Because he said, I've heard the cry of the lad. My God, today. Go ahead.
And Elohim was with the lad, and he grew and dwelt in the wilderness and became an archer. And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took him a wife out of the land of Egypt.
That's good. Now, let's get Proverbs 17:9.
He that cover a transgression seek love.
He that cover what?
A transgression seek love.
Tell them what cover mean. You do cover songs? Y'all do covers of Sade at the house?
That's the song. Cover, conceal, to hide.
To hide. He that hide a pay shot or rebellion seek what?
Love.
Now let's go back to Proverbs 10 and 12. Let's get this party started.
Say hatred stir up strifes.
But love do what?
Cover all sins.
Now, we started talking about this last night. And I want to go a little further on it. So let's go to Genesis 3 and 1 real quick. What's wrong, boy? Well, come on in. Come here, boy. No, you too big for all of that. Your hair not gonna grow in. Come on with it. Genesis 3 and 1.
Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahuwah Elohim had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, Elohim has said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim has said, You shall not eat of it.
Neither
shall you touch it,
lest you
die.
And the serpent
said unto the woman, You shall not surely die.
For Elohim do know.
And the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat. And gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
Pause. You got an apron? What's an apron? Apron is kagor again. You know what that was, right? That's a girdle or a belt or a covering of the loins. But notice it said they sewed fig leaves together. Well, what is it to sew? And that is tafar. Tau, pay, and raj. Now, y'all give me what you think about that. It literally means to sew together. Tau, pay, and raj. Y'all remember what tau represents?
I say the word is the covenant of the highest.
Pay and raj, yes. You say the covenant of the highest?
I said the word is the covenant.
The word is the covenant of the highest. Now, of course, you know the fig leaves is representative of the fig tree or the fruit. Now, think about that, right? What does this represent? I seen somebody today, see, he gave him the coat of skins that represent the animal sacrifices. I said, my God, today. But considering that it says skins, I can see why they would say that.
With that fig leaves, that tree of knowledge of good and evil, right?
Yeah, when you look at those fig leaves, you look at the fruit that was produced, which is death. Then it's showing you how the law can't cover your sins. Why? Because the law worked wrath. You know what I'm talking about? But now, let's continue on in Genesis chapter 3, and let's look at what the Lord did. What verse do we need? Come on over here to about verse 20.
And Adam called his wife's name Eve because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adam also and to his wife the Yahuwah Elohim made coats of skins.
He made coats of skins to clothe them. Before I tell you what coats of skins is, labash. Lamad, Bat, and Shan. That's to put clothes on, to be clothed, to array, to dress, to put on clothing. Get Isaiah 30 and 1. When you look at coats, that is, and we just read this word earlier, kethoneth, kaf, noon. Yes, how may I help you? May I help you? Noon and tau. That is a tunic, an undergarment, a long shirt, a garment made of linen. Skins is ore. That's skin, hide of men, hide of animals, leather, this, that, there, and the third. So he gives them a linen tunic to cover themselves. Now read, Isaiah 30 and 1.
Say, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahuwah, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
He said they take counsel, but not what?
But not of me.
And take a covering what?
With a covering, but not of my spirit.
That's literally what they did here in the beginning. They took a covering, but it wasn't in his spirit.
That they may add sin to sin.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to see how y'all going to answer that. Did Yahuwah put Adam's sin away? Yes or no? And you have to give verses to support why you believe on either end of that question. Did Yahuwah put Adam's sin away? Yes or no? When we say put it away, meaning he was forgiven. When he say put sin away, that means he has forgiven you. Now, read Exodus 34 and 6 for a clear understanding of who Yahuwah is while you ponder upon that query. Exodus 34 and 6, and that ain't going to be the one you're going to have to use. You're going to be able to answer that. You can only answer it from Genesis.
Say Yahuwah passed by before him and proclaimed, Yahuwah Elohim, merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and truth, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that was by no means clear, as if he did iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children, unto the third and to the fourth.
Hold on. Read Job 31 and 33. Listen what this say.
Say, if I cover my transgressions as Adam.
If I covered my what?
Transgressions as Adam.
See, some people think that verse means he threw his wife under the bus, but he tried to cover his transgression with a fig leaf. Remember, when you're naked, that means your sin appear. Let me show that for those who may not be aware. Exodus 32. Exodus 32 and 25. And we'll come right back to Job. Muffin, man, I can still see you, boy.
And when Moses saw that the people naked, for Aaron had made them naked.
Because he saw the people were what?
Naked.
Unto their
shame among their enemies.
Now, how are they naked to their shame? What had they done? Idolatry. They did idolatry. The people weren't outside but naked. They were exposed. So go back to Job 31 and 33.
If I covered my transgressions as Adam by hiding my iniquity in my bosom.
In my bosom?
Did I fear a great multitude, or did the contempt of families terrify
me? Now let's pause. Now, going back to the original question. Did Yahuwah put Adam's sin away? And what would you use to validate your answer? Yeah, I mean, that's the same person, but nevertheless. We got two answers on not Clubhouse, but on YouTube, but I'm not going to read them out loud yet. I'll allow it.
Yeah, because he covered their sins with the when he made the coats of skins, but still put them on the garden.
You sure about that? You put your life on it? Put some money on it? Put some push-ups on it? Because I'd rather put some push-ups on it. 2 3/4 push-ups.
Kick them out, block the access to the tree of life.
That boy trying to get nice with it. Mika said he covered them after they sinned. Yes, Lisa, that's not a sufficient answer. You got to show your work. You got to. What type of math y'all doing in school? You got to show your work.
He gave his punishment.
She did, yes.
I
I agree with Mika. That's always her excuse. Mika said it first. He said it first. Ain't nobody said nothing.
Also, yes, in the piggyback, I said against it because the cool stands is that when the same
It
garment,
ain't cap. I don't gotta have it. Say that again.
same garment the high priest wore in these
Jessica said when he covered them in the garden, Quran said yes because he still called him the son of Elohim and Luke. And Sean said Genesis 3:16 and 24 would confirm. And yes, when he put the coat of skins on to let you know he put the sin away.
If he didn't, then
They would have been dead right then. There would have been no need to curse them. Remember, he cursed them. That's why we read Exodus 34. But by no means, and I punished to the, and those punishments on both of them are to the third and the fourth.
same thing.
I
Same
heard
thing
a
with
wicked
David.
woman say on Clubhouse, she was like,
Indeed,
God
Mama
knows it's
Steph.
her name too, screw that one. She was like, see, Jesus, ain't nobody shed no blood for Adam. Why somebody need to shed blood for you?
See, this is the part where she would no. Listen, right? You would get upset, but there's no need. That's a reasonable question. A question of someone who doesn't have proper understanding. The question was said is, why would you need Jesus to shed blood? Ain't nobody shed blood for Adam. Well, this is the reason why. One, he kept the tree of life from Adam, which would have caused him to overcome sin and death. So that means the power of sin and death is still on Adam's head, and Adam got booted out of the garden. So therefore, he hasn't been reconciled back to God. So though nobody shed any blood for him, he still died, he's still separated from God, and he can't live forever. So that means that some type of reconciliation must occur. You know what I'm saying? Because he forgave him, but he didn't clear him. So see, as Mom Steph did mention, right? He showed grace and mercy by not extinguishing him and starting all over again. You know what I'm talking about? Remember when he said, may I make a greater nation out of you, Moses? He said, but your name is long suffering, grace, and this, that, there, and the third. He said, I pardon according to your word. Yet the punishment of that iniquity is still there. But see, yeah, it even that. See, you got to understand something, Quran, because I see why you said that. Oh no, the curses are part of your punishment. It's the same token that when David sinned, he said, I put away the sin, you not gonna die, but the sword gonna be in your house, that baby gonna die, I'm gonna take your wives, and I'm gonna give them to somebody else. So when he say he by no means clear, the curses are punishments. You know what I'm talking about? So the punishments, it's not going nowhere. See, that is a question of from someone who actually doesn't know the operation of their God. So they think they got you in a gotcha, nigga, dealing with the Lord, because you know why? Because most people who preach Mashiach can't preach him well enough to answer that question. So they'll be stuck. You need no sacrifice. Baby, Adam still died, baby. And you still died because of Adam dying. So that means something needed to be shed. So what are you talking about? Baby, you're going to go back to the dust. Your pretty face is going to waste away. The worms going to eat it. Ain't going to be nothing left but bones. Eventually, your grave clothes gonna turn to dust, baby. How you gonna be redeemed from this state? Yes, my mother's wrong. The linen clothes. How you gonna be redeemed from this state? So one of the keys, like I say, right? You see them come in, Yahuwah curses them. Then after he punishes them, he gives them the fine linen, clean and white, which is the righteousness of the saints. He get them the fine linen, and then further submits by keeping the tree of life away from them. But love covered they sin because he covered them. Remember, covering is not like when dudes be like, you got to be a woman's covering. To cover means to hide and conceal. Your wife ain't hidden and concealed. I can see her. You know what I'm talking about? Cover does not mean in Hebrew what cover means how we use it. You know what I'm talking about? No man is destined to be a woman's covering. What are you covering her from? You can't cover her from sin. So what are you covering her from? What are you hiding or concealing? You're not hiding and concealing anything. What did we read, right? He that cover for sin, cover for transgression, seek what? Seek love. And love, this is the element of who it is. This is what you see in John chapter 8 with the woman caught in adultery. He was seeking to cover a transgression so she would love him. This is what you see when Mary was washing his feet. He said, he that loved much, he that is forgiven much, love much. He that is forgiven of little, love little. He ain't got nothing covered, so you don't care. It's not important to you. Now, we look at other instances, right? I think it's Saul and David is what I want. Come over here to Samuel, sir. You like Samuel. Samuel. Because we talk about some other stuff, so we might not get all the way around to what I want. Before we do that, go to Genesis 20 and give me verse 13. Because there's two things that pertain to other things I want to deal with. Genesis 20 and 13.
Saying it came to pass when Elohim caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said unto her, this is your kindness which you shall show unto me. At every place where we shall come, say of me, he is my brother.
Say he is my what?
He is my brother.
What else?
Abimelech took sheep and oxen and men servants and women servants and gave unto Abraham and restored him Sarah his wife. Abimelech said, behold, my land before you, dwell where it please you. And unto Sarah he said, behold, I have given your brother 1,000 of silver. Behold, he to you a covering of the eyes unto all that are with you, and with all, though she was reproved.
So listen, she gets reproved for saying that was her brother. That's what he's saying. But tell him what covering is. Shalom, brother Shaul.
This is kasuf, a covering, clothing, covering for concealment, a raiment, a vesture.
Why do you think that he said that this is a covering for your eyes, a veil, if you would? Why do you think he said that? He said, I've given your brother 1,000 pieces of silver, and he will be a covering to your eyes. Why do you think he's saying that he'll be a covering to your eyes, to conceal your eyes? Oh, y'all supposed to remember. Y'all done forgot.
I read this so many times. I ain't never catch this.
What are you talking about?
16.
My bad. Something else. What verse we in?
Genesis 20 and 16. Read it again. Read it all the way
My
out.
bad.
You're saying unto Sarah, he said, behold, I have given your brother 1,000 of silver. Behold, he is to you a covering of the eyes, unto all with you, with all. Thus she was reproved.
Go ahead.
So Abraham prayed unto Elohim, and Elohim healed Abimelech and his wife and his maidservants, and they bare.
Go ahead.
Noah had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abraham's wife.
Shut up, everybody, vagina. Nobody had no babies around here. Again, covering is kasuf. Covering, the concealment. A cover, a veiling. Why did he say Abraham would be a covering for her eyes? The father of many nations is the covering of her eyes. Y'all don't forget? You forgot? Come on, man. John 9:37. Help him out, sis. I got you.
Saying Yahushua said unto him, you have both seen him, and it is he that talked with you. And he said, Lord, I believe, and he worshipped him. Yahushua said, for judgment I am coming to this world, that they would see not, might see, and that they would see, might be made blind.
Go ahead.
And of the Pharisees which were with him heard these words and said unto him, Are we blind also? Yahushua said unto them, If you were blind, you should have no sin.
If you were blind, you should have no
sin.
If you were blind, you should have no
sin.
Come on.
But now you say we see.
Now your
sin remains.
Come on, go back to Genesis chapter 3. It was Genesis 2. It's Genesis 2. 2 and 25.
And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed.
What did Genesis chapter 3 after they ate that tree? What say that? What is it happen?
Their eyes were open.
Why? Remember, he said he'll be a covering for your eyes, and thus she was what? When you get corrected by the Lord, guess what happened? Now you blind. When you blind, guess what you ain't got? My God, today. You know what I'm saying? See how love cover Amalek love Yahuwah. So he said, hey, I'm gonna give you this man this silver, and he could cover a multitude of sins. Now, did she sin? She did what her husband told her to do. And technically, that was his sister. He told no story. Amalek was like, man, you supposed to told me this here, cuz. Abraham be lying. People say a lot of things. Man, wicked, dirty-faced bastards have a lot of things to say. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, it's real easy. Listen, man, it's real easy for a lot of people to say a lot of things when you ain't in that situation and circumstance. And again, you forgetting that these are actual flesh and blood people. That means you taking these people and you're placing them on a pedestal. These are real people who are in real situations who responded in ways that most human beings would. Abraham said, man, I'm scared. They're gonna kill me for my old lady.
I'm confused on the reproof part.
Oh, reproof because he said that was my sister. Come on back to Genesis 20. Help him out, sis. 20 and 1.
And Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country and dwelled between Kadesh and Shur and sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said of Sarah his wife, she's my sister. And Abimelech king of Gerar went and took Sarah.
Elohim
came to Abimelech in a dream by night.
What he said to him?
Behold, you a dead man, for the woman which you have taken, she is a man's wife.
He said, but Amalek said,
had not come near her, and he said, Lord, will you slay also a righteous nation?
Said he not unto me.
She is my sister.
Said he not unto me.
She is not my sister.
She
she herself said he is my brother.
She
said he's my brother.
In the integrity
of my heart and
in the innocency
of my hands have I done this.
Elohim said unto him in a dream.
Yeah, I know that you did this in the integrity of your heart, for I also withheld you from sinning against me. Therefore suffered I you not to touch her.
Thou therefore restore the man
wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for you, and you shall live. If you restore not, know you that you shall surely die, you and all that are yours.
Go ahead, listen to him.
Therefore Abimelech rose early in the morning and called all his servants, and told all these things in their ears, and the men were sore afraid. Then Abimelech called Abraham and said unto him, what have you done unto us, and what I have offended you, that you have brought on me and on my kingdom a great sin?
And what did Abraham say?
You have done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, what saw you that you have done this thing? Abraham said, because I thought surely for the fear of Elohim is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake.
So that's what he was concerned with. He said, I didn't think y'all had reverence and respect for Elohim here, for God here. So I thought y'all were going to kill me. What did he say after that?
Yet indeed, she is my sister. She's the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother. She became my wife.
So he like, I ain't lied to you. But we read the part where it said that she said that was my brother also. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see why he said, thus you are reproved. You know what I'm talking about? He wasn't going to reprove Abraham. He wasn't crazy. He said, I'm going to check her though. That man was nervous though. He thought he was going to die.
So he pretty much saying because she did what he said and not told him. He corrected him.
Yeah, he just said, hey, I'm correcting you because you told me this here. Man, you almost got me killed.
She didn't lie to him.
No, but then indeed, and then also this here, that's your ka, yod, kaf, and hey. I mean, ka, excuse me. To prove, to decide, to judge, to rebuke, to correct, to be right, to correct, to rebuke, to chasten, to reason together, to show, to be right, to prove. But also, and you take it past just the natural sense, you know, when this man become a covering for your eyes to blind you from what you've done, now you've thus been reproved. Going back to what we were talking about last night. And now when you blind, you have no sin.
I was looking at it too, like he was just talking in the context of the conversation.
Yeah.
The king was like, "You're not your brother, you're your husband."
Yeah, you could have told me.
You know
Yeah, you could have told me.
So I feel like
You could have took the stuff off.
Yeah.
I feel like that was
Yeah, I could have seen it again if it was, and that goes go to show you on certain stuff. Case in point. He stopped that from happening. Could have stopped Hagar and Abraham, and he didn't. Because in that instance, this ain't nothing that's going to throw off nothing I got going on. You know what I'm talking about? Saying I don't even really care about that. There's a lot of stuff people are doing. That man ain't care nothing about that. Not necessarily my thing, but I don't care nothing about that. And then he come back around later and say, hey, don't do that. Or hey, don't do this. But on that one, though, he knew that Abimelech wasn't coming through on some other type of time. He saw a woman. Hey, what's happening? Is that your wife? Now, Abraham not knowing the manner of the people of the land, he thinking if I say that's my wife, they're going to kill me and take her anyway. You know what I'm saying? He know that Abimelech was a just man. Abimelech would have been like, oh, no, oh, my bad, brother. But that goes back to what we were talking about last week with Ahab. You got some men who know they king and will still overstep their bounds and cross over into transgression and sin just because they the king and they know they can. Which is why he checked David for that. Because he said, boy, I gave you your master's wives. I gave you this. I gave you that. You want to take this man one little lamb because you know you can? And that's why David did that, because he know he could. That's how I show you how weak of a man Ahab was, because he knew he wasn't supposed to take that man's land. And then he let
Her do it.
Jezebel do it. And then knew full well when she brought the land to him that he wasn't supposed to take it. He knew he wasn't supposed to take it. He didn't care how she got it because he wanted it anyway. He coveted that land anyway. Because remember what she said to him, what you crying for? You're the king. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. As soon as she came back to him and talking about, I got that land you wanted, his first thought was, well, heifer, how did you get it? No, that was his first question in Forbes' right ruling is concerned. How did you get it? Where is Naboth at? Because he told me no. So it's not he was 3 times as wicked as she was. Because she was already killing prophets anyway. So you know she didn't care nothing about Yahuwah anyway. But you went along with it. You a dirty face bastard. And so a lot of dudes do stuff like that. See, that one there is almost akin to the Sapphira and Ananias story, man. You complicit.
Yeah, I can two up together.
Yeah, y'all was complicit in performing this deed. You know what I'm talking about? See, what Ahab was looking for was the plausible deniability. I don't know what she did, but I ain't do it. I wasn't privy. When what he's supposed to say was like, hey man, you might as well take that back to him. I'm not taking that. That's what he was supposed to do. But of course, he didn't want to do that because he coveted that vineyard. You know what I'm talking about?
Even with,
He was already
even
dead.
with David, he didn't want to take the from Obed-Edom.
Yeah, he wouldn't take that the stuff. He said he broke him off. You know, we talk about that when it comes to things that pertain to the service of God that belongs to somebody. You're not supposed to just take that. You're supposed to compensate them for that. You know what I'm saying? So you looking at, he said, I got all this stuff that you could offer to sacrifice. And David like, man, I can't take that from you, bro. I got to give you something for that. Because that's not just. That's not a just weight and a just balance. Because why would Yahuwah accept that knowing how you got it? You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain things you do and you think this man don't know how you did that or how you got that. It's the same token, right? If you used to sell drugs, before you came in the word, you think he wants your drug money in his offering plate? Like you had to think about that. You got that money by ill-gotten means. That man don't want that. Case in point. When you look at what Judas did, what they said that was, what them scribes call that money? They said that blood money. We can't put that. That man literally said we can't put that in the treasury. That's sin money. You can't bring sin money and put that in here. It ain't no good.
And they were
Condemning themselves in the same breath. Because guess what? Because in that instance, they was Jezebel.
Right.
They were Jezebel, he was Ahab. You know what I'm talking about?
Gave him the one that said, we can't take it back.
We can't take it back. No, I take that. Yeah. They were Jezebel because they the ones hired the sons of Belial. Yeah, the scribes and Pharisees said they Jezebel. Then when it come up, we can't take that. See you to it. He said, I've defiled innocent blood. Hey, that's your problem. Here go your money back. Oh, we can't put that in there. Let's buy a field. That's wicked. That's wicked all the way around the board, man. That's sour, bro.
Show money in.
It would have been consistent if they took it back. But like you say, that's a whole nother level of wickedness.
Absolutely.
To act like you've done nothing.
And like you've done nothing, and then try to be some bastion of virtue by saying we ain't gonna put this blood money in the treasury.
When y'all took money out the treasury.
Out the treasury to do that. You took money out the treasury to do that. You keep them $250.
Out of money. Money out of God's treasury.
You took money out of God's treasury to do a hit. You know what I'm saying? But I mentioned that, and I just use drugs because that's easily to be seen. But look here, man. You can't bring, it could be extortion. You know what I'm saying? It could be money taken through for any money that is gotten by ill-gotten gains, man. You ain't supposed to take that. But guess what? It's preachers all across this country. They'll take it. They'll take it.
For the church.
It's for the church. Man, look here, man. I knew I couldn't have been in no Christian church. Because I'd be like, if you know that man selling drugs, bro, why is you taking this nigga money, cuz? Like, not even being funny. Why you taking this nigga money? Man, we don't want your money in here, bro. You remember the nigga from you taking his drug money? $1 That man went over on that. What that was? What singing?
I forgot.
That's New Jack City. What singing group? What singing? Man, what Ashford and Simpson? You know the dude Ashford was playing the pastor, man. That man say, you taking that blood money, pastor? He's sitting there cheesing. You know what I'm talking about? But you know how many dudes will do that? Well, God ain't finna bless you taking that dirty money, boy. Roof got to get fixed. We need
keep it a good word.
Man, we need new sound equipment in the sanctuary, brother. Look here. He said that's how them old folks used to do. They don't want your drug money for beer. That's how it's supposed to be, though. That's how it's supposed to be, man. Look here, man. Man, when sometime, man, y'all have mercy on the soul. My mama said certain stuff. I used to think in my mind, but you taking the money, though. I don't want to hear none of that. Because I'm be honest with you. If my son sold drugs, I ain't taking nothing from you. You know how many people come? I never watched it on BMF when they were talking about the daddy wouldn't take, because you're not supposed to take it. If you don't agree with it, when you take it, you agree with it.
My tender mama didn't want to take that money.
Yeah, when you
my tender mama serious about that.
Yeah, when you take it, you agree with it.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize. Because you know why? Remember what we talked about earlier? Right price, right time. Niggas sell out all their value.
And she was struggling.
You won't take it. You can't look here, right? You can't take the proceeds and then speak on what they're doing because you're complicit. You can't condemn it. You can't say nothing. You can't take $5,000 worth of dope money and then say, son, you know you shouldn't be doing that. You can't do that. Yeah, you did them taking dirty money. You can, and I'm talking about as forth as a just weight and a just balance and right ruling. As far as who is concerned, you're complicit because you participating in the. You can't take that. You know what I'm saying? You have to say no. Guess what most people gonna do? Take it. Take it. You know why? Because a lot of these dudes want, and this ain't just what Christian do, because Israelite niggas do it too. They want you to believe you can buy your salvation. They want you to believe you can buy forgiveness. You're gonna buy yourself a seat in hell. That's what you're gonna do. We read it last night. Say, boy, your heart is not right before God. You can't buy the ruach. You can't buy forgiveness. You can't buy mercy. You can't do none of that. It's only one thing that can buy all of those things, and that blood already been shed. Go ahead.
I was thinking of what happened in 1 Samuel 2 with Eli. He said, and honor your sons above me to make yourself fat with the chiefest of all offerings of Israel. He was taking that.
He was taking that. Hey, man.
He was complicit.
Yeah, he was complicit.
Them boys cutting that fat.
Yeah.
He knew it. The best part. The best part. And you sitting right there with him. You know they knocking women down at the tabernacle door. You know he doing it.
That's probably why he died. When he found
That's
out.
why he killed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew what they were doing.
And then when he found out they died, he died too.
When he found out that he found out when the ark got took, he fell out his chair and broke his neck.
Oh, it wasn't his son.
He didn't give a damn about that. He cared, but he didn't care. When he heard about that ark, he was already old.
It was a whole package.
But it was really the ark.
The art took him.
The ark was like, he was like, oh no.
He stupid. Why you sent your son?
Because he was a high priest.
Wait, nah, Yahuwah had already told him that I'm gonna kill your son.
Yeah, one day.
He already told him, I'm gonna kill him.
The art was
Because he already knew they were gonna
That was
die.
occupation, man. That's all he lived for.
Yeah.
He was a high priest.
You high priest, that's all he cared about. He said, but you didn't restrain your son. When your sons was knocking women down at the tabernacle door, you knew it.
Yeah, one job.
When they was despising the sacrifices of Yahuwah, you knew it.
So he was supposed to take him out. Wasn't he?
He supposed to check them. He never checked them. Man, look here, man. There's a lot of congregation. These dudes be knowing them men and they're knocking them women down at the tabernacle door.
Stuff like that. You ain't never gonna hear nobody in the congregation talk about that.
They know about that.
Every congregation.
Like this here, man, ain't nowhere in the world, no pastor, no minister, no so-called prophet, no so-called apostle supposed to be knocking no women down at the tabernacle door, and you niggas sitting around knowing he doing it. He was a high priest.
So now I'm saying he's supposed to stone him, right?
No, he supposed to, at the bare minimum, get your funky behind from up out of here with such vile and wicked deeds.
He could at least put him out in the office, though, right?
Gotta put him out. Gotta put him out. Gotta put him out. You can't condone that. But you know what these dudes be doing? Turning their head. Don't turn your head from that nasty penis, nigga. Put him on blast. You know why nobody want to put him on blast? Because he's slinging penis too. He said, I remember my son got me a beautiful book. They were beautiful. I asked him how he got them. He said he would say, I told him I couldn't take them. Ain't no telling. Once you ask her, how you got them roses, baby? Don't worry about it, mama. Yeah, that nigga done did some crime. How you got that? Cameron got a song on that talking about, I wanted to get a washing machine. He said, I come home, grandma say, man, how you got this washing machine? Playing ball. Don't worry about that. He done stole it. You know what I'm talking about? Or selling drugs, one of the two. It's on, I forget the name of the song.
I remember telling her, I gave my mama some bread. She's like, how you got this? I said, I found it.
I know she ain't believe it.
She would have acted on 2 bands. I like, I found it.
Hey, wasn't you DJing at the time?
Good eyes.
I was gonna drop.
You got some good eyes, man.
How you found that? You found a paint bag, baby?
I found it, man.
I found it.
Thank you, son. Thank you, son.
Lord,
I'm looking to find another one.
But in all seriousness, though, right? You got people who be over congregations, man. I'm not even talking about what the members doing. It's people who are in positions of authority in the congregation, and they know these dudes is doing sour stuff, and they don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you supposed to say something. You're not supposed to sit there and just be like, you know. That's why most of the organizations are corrupt. All it takes is one man to turn his head at corruption to corrupt the whole organization. See, one man's corrupt activity won't corrupt the organization. But men turning their heads from his corrupt behavior, it ain't nothing but downhill from there. You know what I'm saying? Because you can just get rid of the one corrupt man, but once you got a den of corrupt men who will turn their head and condone or ignore corrupt behavior, then hey man, the whole thing, man, the man told you, man, that if the leader speak lies, the whole kingdom wicked. That's what the book say. And that doesn't mean necessarily that the people as a whole is wicked, but the instruction and direction they're going to get is going to be wicked. So therefore, guess what that's going to produce? A bunch of wicked people. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a matter of time. Because guess what? If he evil, how can he correct the people? How can he instruct them in righteousness? How can he reprove the people? How can he bring forth pure faith? He can't do any of that. Y'all hear too many stories of these congregations, these men sleeping with all these men. Why ain't nobody hung this nigga from the pews? Because that nigga should be hanging from the ceiling for no other reason than dishonoring the name of Yahuwah by conducting himself in such a fashion. Because everybody wrong. If all the deacons know he doing it, them niggas wrong. The woman wrong for doing it because she know he got a wife. And she knew she had a husband. That nigga wrong because he knew he the pastor, and that was one of the brother's wives. That nigga should be hung. I ain't even worried about that woman. Hang that nigga. You know why? Because now you're going to cause the enemies of Yahuwah to blaspheme because of your funky, square head, nasty behind. Don't nobody care about that. They don't care about that doing. That just ain't no Christian nigga because these Hebrew niggas be on that. Y'all just don't be knowing. What these Hebrew niggas be slaying niggas' wives. Be running through all them women in their camp, man. That's why a lot of them women be disillusioned. The same way you see people in the church be disillusioned because they looking at y'all niggas like, oh, all y'all niggas fake. Shoot, they just like this here. You ain't no different than that nigga around the corner. How you gonna tell me you a man of God and you want to get butt naked and sweat on top of me? And then I'm supposed to take you serious after that. But these dudes don't be thinking about none of that. But you represent Yahuwah. How you went outside and did that? But you know what they say? He say, I see, therefore your sin remains. Because you know what you're doing. They didn't want to be like Sarah and get that veil, did they? Had their eyes covered. My God, today. Come over here to Isaiah 44. Give me verse 16. Joanne, what's your problem? You want pop? You giving your mama a hard time. I don't like it. You sleepy? You want to come over here with me? And stop giving your mama a hard time.
Said he burned part thereof in the fire. With part thereof he eat flesh. He roast, and is satisfied. Yea, he warmed and saith, Aha, I am warm, I have seen the fire. And the residue thereof he make a god, his graven image. He fall down unto it and worship and pray unto it and say, Deliver me, for you, my God.
Deliver me, you, my God.
They have not known nor understood, or he have shut their eyes that they cannot see, their hearts that they cannot understand.
That's why a lot of people can't get right, because God done closed your eyes that you can't see and harden your heart so you can't understand. Come on.
And none consider in his heart, neither knowledge nor understanding to say, I have burned part of it in the fire.
Dang.
Yea, also I have baked bread upon the coals thereof.
Dang.
I have roasted flesh and eaten. And shall I make the residue thereof an abomination?
Dang.
Shall I fall down to the
That man
top
say
of
that
the
people that made an idol and you ain't even considered in your mind, bro. You cook food on that, bro. Come on.
He feed on ashes, and the deceived heart hath turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, Not a lie in my right hand.
Remember these.
O Jacob and Yasharal, for you, my servant, I have formed you. You, my servant, O Yasharal, you shall not be forgotten.
Now listen, this is what we came here for. I have
blotted out as a thick cloud your transgressions.
I have
Blotted out as a thick cloud your transgressions.
And as a cloud
your sins. Return unto me.
For I have what?
Redeemed.
Like read them for 43 and because we on the back end, we still got more stuff to talk about. For his love cover all sins. 22, 43 and 22. I just wanted to give a little bit more insight of what we were talking about with Adam from last night. Because we kind of talked about this already, but just not specifically, the difference between the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. But as you can see, when he said that the tree of life would cause him to live forever, the tree of life cover all sins. The tree of knowledge of good and evil don't do that. See, Yahuwah is a lot of brothers don't want to hear that. But the law don't cover no, my God, today. I just don't know what just happened just now. Yeah, it looked like it did. I done swiped something and that junk went away. Football and these people.
You feel above your lady, man?
That's crazy. That boy say, you looking for the smoke? Because we got the smoke. Nothing but that smoke. Yeah, that junk just say, whoa, nice room, and everybody was gone. Well, let's get ready to wrap this up.
I know. That's this one. Oh. You sit back. You sit back.
I don't know. I just picked up my phone. That junk went away. Looked like I slid something. I don't know what happened. That's crazy. Oh, one more thing I want to deal with. That's all. There. Come on, sir. They'll come back around now. I don't know what happened.
It said, but you have not called upon me, O Jacob, but you have been weary of me, O Yasharal.
Mm-hmm.
You have not brought me the small cattle of your burnt offerings, neither have you honored me with your sacrifices. I have not caused you to serve with an offering, nor wearied you with incense.
Mm-hmm.
You have bought me no sweet cane with money, neither have you filled me with the fat of your sacrifices. But you have made me to serve with your sins. You have wearied me with your iniquities. I, even I am he that blot out your transgression for my own sake and will not remember your sins. Put me in remembrance, let us plead together. Declare you that you may be justified. Your first father has sinned, and your teachers have transgressed against me. Therefore I have profaned the princes of the sanctuary, and have given Jacob to the curse, and Yasharal to reproaches.
Who you think this is when he say your first father had what?
Sin.
Adam. Even your forefathers in the wilderness. But notice what he said. I am he that blot out your transgressions for my what?
His own sake. For his own name. Keep his name clean. His name.
Not for everything you do.
You niggas.
That's for me.
My God, today. Y'all. I don't know how that junk shut down like that. That junk, they're great. I don't even know if they can find their way in there.
I said that's too much dialing for it.
No, I hit something. Or do I need to start another one? Yeah, that joint just closed everybody out. I don't know what happened with that joint. That joint, that's crazy.
You want you to see before you sit down.
There it is. I don't know what happened with that junk. That junk, that crazy. That junk just happened and everybody disappeared. Come on, read that. Read 22. Isaiah 43 and 22.
It said, but you have not called upon me, O Jacob, but you have been weary of me, O Yasharal. You have not brought me the small cattle of your burnt offerings, and neither have you honored me with your sacrifices. I have not caused you to serve with an offering, nor wearied you with incense.
That man say he never calls you to serve with an offering or weary you with any incense.
You have bought me no sweet cane with money, neither have you filled me with the fat of your sacrifices. But you have made me to serve with your sins.
You made me serve with your what?
With your sins. You have wearied me with your iniquities. I, even I, he that blot out the transgressions.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Go ahead.
And will not remember your sins.
Put me in remembrance.
Let us plead together.
Declare you
that you may be justified.
Your first father sinned.
And your teachers have transgressed against me. Therefore, I have profaned the princes of the sanctuary, and I've given Jacob to the curse, and Yasharal.
Now let me ask you this here, Civic. In verse 25, who blotted out the sins? In Isaiah 44 and 22, who blotted out the sins? Notice that he said in 44 and 22 that he did it with a cloud. Now, of course, you know that's going to take you back to when the cloud came over and when he was on the stake of blotting out the transgression. But I'm mentioning that because, matter of fact, just get it. Matthew 27, what it is. You can read 39. You still writing in my beloved core?
His father came right above his head.
Let me see what's on that notebook, soldier. Very well then, sir. Your handwriting is atrocious. Where your Bible at, soldier? Why don't you have your material, sir?
Try to get him on point, man. He'll put the point right here.
You're gonna need to run 3 miles, soldier.
You would have said that.
Come to my beloved core without your weapon. See you in the mess hall, sir. Come on.
And they that passed by reviled him, wagging their heads and saying, "You that destroyed the temple and build in 3 days, save yourself. If you be the son of Elohim, come down from the cross."
Come on down, baby.
Likewise, also the chief priest mocking what the scribes and elders said, he saved others. Himself he cannot save.
Can he save himself?
If you be the king of Yasharal, let him now come down from the cross, and we will believe him. He trusted in Elohim, let him deliver him now.
Deliver me, baby.
If he will have him, for he said, "I am the son of Elohim."
I'm the son of God.
Thieves also were crucified with him, cast the same in his teeth. Now from the 6th
You know, I've seen some dudes arguing today talking about he wasn't buried with the wicked. Like I said, boy, y'all niggas stupid. You know what's funny? And I'm just gonna say this because it's on my brain. For some people who don't believe in Yahushua, believe in Jesus, whatever name, Yahushua, Yeshua, whatever name they want to use, they sure do talk about him a lot. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe in him, why you talk about him so much? Why you just can't let that man live? He ain't worried about you.
They worried about him.
That man Paul let you be known. He say, "Hey man, get that for me, man." 1 Timothy. You say 1 Timothy 2. Give me 1 Timothy 2 and 7, man. Let me see if that's what I want. I guarantee you, boy, the Lord ain't thinking about you niggas. I put money on that. You don't believe in him, he ain't worried about you. It's second thing. He ain't worried about you, nigga. What do you look like? Worried about a nigga don't like him. 2 Timothy 2 and 8. Oh, come on. Nigga, you don't believe the book anyway. Let me tell you something, right? Don't listen to no nigga telling you nothing about Yahushua and in the same breath he say he a sinner. They can't tell you nothing. Because bump the sacrifice, you niggas don't fear God enough to not sin. So why you what you got to tell me? You know what nigga line is? I just read the book and say what it say. But you ain't got no wisdom and understanding, so shoot. Hell, a lot of people can read. Shoot, Jamal might can read the book. What good that is for him? Go ahead, man.
Remember that Yahushua HaMashiach of the seed of David was raised from the dead according to my gospel, wherein I suffered trouble as an evildoer unto bonds, but the word of Elohim is not bound.
Not bound? And the word of Elohim is not what?
It's not bound.
You can't restrain that man's word.
Therefore, I endure all things for the elect's sake.
Why?
That they may also obtain the salvation which is of Mashiach Yahushua with eternal esteem.
Listen.
A faithful saying.
This is a faithful.
For if we be dead with, we shall also live with.
We'll live with him. What else?
If we suffer, we shall also reign with.
What else?
We deny, he also will deny us.
You deny him, he'll do what?
Deny us.
If you take nigga, I don't know you, he gonna say, well, nigga, I don't know you.
If we believe not, he abide faithful.
If we believe what?
If we believe not,
he abide
faithful.
Because he can't
deny himself.
Just because you don't believe don't mean he gonna say he don't exist and he ain't the son of God and he ain't the redeemer. He ain't gonna say that because you said it. You think the man sitting in heaven mad at you? He already had you marked on the list. The dead nigga list. The wicked nigga list. You was already on it. You was already on it. He already knew it. Go back to Matthew 26. No square head, bean head. What verse you in? Funky head nigga.
verse 25.
27 and 45, Matthew. I don't even think we did finish with Matthew 16.
It said, now from the 6th hour there was darkness over all the land until the 9th hour. And about the 9th hour, Yahushua cried with a loud voice, saying,
Now, another place to tell you, a cloud came over the land, right? Now, you know what that is? That's showing you, I'm blotting out your transgressions as a thick cloud. He didn't block them transgressions out with Adam like that. No, you ain't want to come over here. There's one more thing I want. 1 Samuel 24. 1 Samuel 24. So, man, you're going to have to stop. You just can't keep going, and you see I'm trying to do something with my own.
You learned the lesson?
It's just in court.
Okay. You already been told.
24 and 1, come on.
Do it again.
And it came to pass when Saul's returned from following the Philistines that it was told him, saying, behold, David in the wilderness of En-Gedi. And Saul took 3,000 chosen men out of Yasharal and went to seek David and his men upon the rocks of the wild goats. When he came to the sheepcote by the way, where a cave, and Saul wanted to cover his feet, and David and his men remained in the sides of the cave.
And the men,
David said unto him, behold, the day of which Yahuwah said unto you,
behold,
I'll deliver your enemy into your hand, that you may do to him as it seemed good unto you. Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privily. And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him, because he had cut off Saul's skirt.
And he said unto his men,
Yahuwah forbid that I should do this unto my master, Yahuwah's anointed, to stretch forth my hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of Yahuwah.
So David
stayed his servants with these words, and suffered them not to rise against Saul. But Saul rose up out of the cave and went on his way.
David
arose afterward and went out of the cave and cried after Saul, saying, my lord the king. And when Saul looked behind him, David stooped with his face to the earth and bowed himself.
David said to Saul,
wherefore hear you men's words, saying, behold, David seek your hurt.
This day
your eyes have seen how that Yahuwah had delivered you today into my hand in the cave, and bade kill you, but my eyes feared you. And I said, I will not put forth my hand against my Lord, for he is Yahuwah's anointed.
Moreover,
my father see, yea, see the skirt of your robe in my hand, for that I cut off the skirt of your robe and killed you not. Know you and see, there is neither evil nor transgression in my hand, and I have not sinned against you. Yet you hunt my soul to take it.
You do what with my soul?
Hunt my soul to take it.
Yahuwah,
judge between me and you. Yahuwah avenge me of you, but my hand shall not be upon you.
As the proverb of the ancients,
wickedness proceed from the wicked.
Wickedness proceed from who?
The wicked.
Wickedness proceed from who?
The wicked.
I don't know why y'all be shocked when y'all be seeing these people do what it is that they do. Wickedness come from the wicked.
But my hand shall not be upon you.
He said, but I ain't gonna touch you.
After whom is the king of Yasharal come out? After whom do you pursue? After a dead dog, after a flea?
Who are therefore?
Be judge and judge between me and you, and see, and plead my cause, and deliver me out of your hand.
Came to pass.
And David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, this your voice, my son David? And Saul lifted up his voice and wept. And he said to David, you more righteous than I, for you have rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded you evil.
And you have showed
this day how that you have dealt well with me, for as much as when Yahuwah had delivered me into your hand, you killed me not.
For if a man
find his enemy, will he let him go away? Wherefore Yahuwah reward you good for that you have done unto me this day.
You know what this is right here? What does this look like to y'all? You know what it look like? Love cover a multitude of sins. Not only the love he had for God, but the love he had for Saul. Because Saul sinned against him, right? He said he was trying to kill him, right? Could he have not killed him? But what did he do? Love cover all sins. He that cover for transgression seek what?
There you go.
God today. You see how it show you how that David was a man after this man's heart? See, these are the elements of certain things when it comes to his character a lot of people want to do. Now, you know, we don't went over that Proverbs 17:9 before when we were going through Proverbs. But there's some more things that we could deal with as far as what that looks like. It's just the thing where Adam sprung in my mind this afternoon or early midday, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm talking about? That maybe we needed to grab a couple more things. And that thing with Sarah was also one of them. You know what I'm talking about? I forgot what we was dealing with before we got to that. My mind bad. But we're going to start right now because we're 2.5 hours. We're going to say hallelujah for Yahushua in the word. Appreciate y'all. And I bless y'all the house of Elohim in the name of Yahushua. But again, You look at that Proverbs 17:9 when he say, "He that covereth for transgression seek love, and love cover a multitude of sins." Shalom, 10K. We seen that what Yahuwah did with it. Like again, I asked y'all that question. Pay attention to it. When you see Yahuwah covering them with that coat of skins, well, that was his love covering their sins, because he could have killed them and just started all over again. Like, people don't pay attention to what that looked like, and the law can't do that. That's why we read both of those in Isaiah 43 and 44. He said, "I'll blot out your transgressions," or "I'm going to cover them. I'm going to get rid of them." Because he has to cover your sins, because without it, guess what you would be? Naked, and your shame would appear. And we read in Isaiah 30, you can't make a covering to cover yourself. Peace, Brother Dave, man. You can't do that. You need a covering that comes from him. You can cover your sins like Adam did, but guess what? His sin was still exposed. This is why he say, "He that covereth sin shall not prosper." There would have been no prospering for Adam with that. You see, the prospering came for Adam when who covered his sins? Yahuwah did. But see, nobody want to hear that. Because you want your justification to be from the law, so that be your righteousness, because you don't want to submit to the righteousness of God, because you really don't believe in God. And that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I don't think I have nothing announcement-wise for y'all at this time. So again, I appreciate y'all. Bless out the house of Elohim in the name of Yahushua. Yahuwah willing, man, we'll be back Wednesday. And make it do what it do. Peace, Brother Omar. Shalom, hallelujah. Hey, amen, Brother Craig. And we're going to make it do what it do. All right, Clubhouse, bless y'all.